And here we go.
In 5, 4, 3.
Call to me, lands far away.
Elves have forests to protect.
We need to build a wall.
Dwarfs their mines. Men their fields of grain. But we Harfoots have each other.
For I must now wander this wandering day.
We're safe.
You have fought long enough, Galadriel.
No.
Put up your sword.
The enemy is still out there. The question now is where?
It is over.
Nothing is over! Nothing! You were the chosen one! It was said that you would destroy the Sith, not join them!
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
Darkness will march over the face of the earth. It will be the end, not just of our people, but all peoples.
Everyone! I am sorry, but their time has come.
The past is with us all. The past is dead. We either move forward or we die with it.
This could be the beginning of a new era.
Away I must wander this wandering day.
To him finally being lionized in the prime and his prime. Fuck.
Do it!
Shit.
Just do it! Don't let your dreams change. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it! Make your dreams come true!
Luke went from being... Oh, no. Welcome, Slayer Nation. I have some great news for you today. I hope you're all doing great. Nope, that didn't work. One more.
You have failed me for the last time.
Welcome, Slayer Nation. I hope...
If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up.
That is eating away at what you love in order for it to shine. And one man's vision is... Sometimes you don't have to make things better for them to be great again. You merely have to Okay. Hollywood continues to slow boil the culture and crazy. Well, right now, Spider-Man actor Andrew Garfield has stepped up and he's fighting motherfucker.
I can't do it. Okay. We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it.
And unbearded dwarves, but Prime didn't stop there. They stapled in intersectionality, individuality, biddiga-dig-bee, biddiga-dig-boo.
So it begins.
At my signal, unleash hell.
Ladies and gentlemen, George the Giant Slayer.
What's going on, everybody? It is great to be back. It is Sunday, November 9th, 2025. In the year of our Lord, how are you all doing? It is an amazing day and great to be here on Slayer Nation Live. Wow, what a day. And right as we start, the camera gives out. But it's just one of those times. This week, we had Disney release Predator Badlands. We're going to talk about that. Plus, a lot of Hollywood big mouths, decided to go big mouthing. They talked a lot, but you had Billy Bob Thornton share a few words of wisdom. I'm working on a video that Elon Musk and Joe Rogan together blow open how America is being strip mined in the entire Western culture. It's a sight to see. I mean, when you see it, you're not going to believe it. What they're doing is absolutely insane, my friends. Unbelievable. Plus, we got Landman coming up next week. Got a lot of great shows that have been around. Politics is eating up. We had Mamdani. We had a communist win, and we got people who fled communism all over the world who are sharing their opinions, saying, like, what the hell is happening to America? So we're going to have a lot of good conversation. I think today is going to be a little bit more low-key. Last week, we kicked the tires, lit the fires, and we had a lot of fun. Today, a little bit more laid back. So we're going to bring him out. Derek Anderson, the DA, is here. How you doing, my friend?
Good, brother. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. Doing well. This damn camera of mine. I'm buying my fourth camera this week.
What?
It's just, I'm telling you, I've gone through this.
Hey, ran out of quarters.
3 cameras. Yeah, I ran out of quarters. The damn cameras. They are the bane of my existence. I feel like I'm like one of those window lickers who eats pace in 3rd grade and can't put his desk together.
Oh, man.
It's just one of those. It's just horrible. It's this anyway. But Verbal will be here in a little bit. Plus, Epic Mike will be joining us. Maybe we'll have another surprise guest. But I think it's let's watch this for a second while I try to fix this camera. We have I think we had some good news. It happened a couple weeks ago, but I kept wanting to mention it and kind of kept blowing by. You remember Irina Zarutska, the girl who was murdered on the train?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, a little good news is that they just named a butterfly after her. A new butterfly species. Yeah, named after Charlotte stabbing victim Irina Zarutska. It's called Celestrina irina, or Irina's azure. Inhabits the southeastern coastal plain regions of the United States. Charlotte scientists have identified and named a previously unrecognized butterfly species in honor of Irina Zarutska, a 23-year-old Ukrainian woman who was fatally stabbed on the Cat's Light Rail in August. The butterfly, now called Celestrina irina, or Irina's azure, inhabits the southern eastern coastal plain of the United States and was officially described in a scientific paper published in September. I think that's beautiful.
That's beautiful. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's
I love to hear stuff like that. Hopefully they, start cleaning up, these local areas and these cities where murders are taking place constantly. And maybe we can get a law or something named after her as well.
That would be good. That would be excellent if we could do that.
Yeah.
Of course, to do that, we got to go through all the unhinged nutbags.
Oh yeah. You got some Zoran Mandami regrets. Are you starting to see those videos popping up, man? Because I'm seeing them everywhere.
Let me show you when talking about Zoran Mandami regret. Yes, but there are also people who cannot understand how in the world this happened. We have this girl. Perfect. I'm going to try to fix the camera while she talks for a second.
Russian community is extremely sorry for New York City. We all woke up to shocking news. Most shocking that Americans do not understand what's going on. A lot of Russians commented that trees chose the axe. This is extremely surprising to me that Americans don't see that they're choosing and going towards socialism and communism. Moreover, when I took my civic test to become American citizen, one of the questions was, what is the greatest threat to America and American system? And the answer is communism. communism, but maybe you don't understand what communism is. Russians need to remind you because we live there. We don't want this here. Russians are not against Muslims. A lot of Russia is Muslim. We are against sects and radical extremist movements, just to clarify. I think what happened to New York City is the greatest loss in American history. You don't understand what America is. America is a country that gives equal opportunity to everybody. If you're lazy, you don't want to work, you get what you deserve. And all immigrants are coming here to get the opportunity. When you are equalized by the government, it means the opportunity is taken away from you. How you don't understand this? And this is the opposite of what America is. I am an immigrant, and technically you would say that I'm supposed to support him and support this, but I'm a Russian immigrant. Country that fell. Everybody lost everything. One day in 1991, all Russians woke up and they lost everything. Everything that was in their savings accounts, bank accounts, it was gone. The country failed because it was on the road of socialism. It is hard to be competitive in market economy because you have to provide good service. You have to work hard. If you're just stealing from those who are working hard and giving it away to minorities and immigrants, the system is going to fall. All this money that you're getting from wealthy people, they will go somewhere else. In Russia, we say, do not cut the tree you're sitting on. Let me know in comments what you're thinking. And
I mean, she nailed it, man. She absolutely nailed it. Well, I think she meant sex, S-E-C-T-S, not sex. But, I mean, she absolutely nails it because you don't understand what freedom is until you lose freedom. I think every once in a while, you actually have to go through some hardships. You know how they say strong men create good times create weak men create hard times. Okay, we are in the weak men create hard times level of history because we haven't gone through the bad times. All right. You know, and then once we go through the bad times, then we'll come out the other end having more of an appreciation for freedom and for working hard and not just letting the government run your every step of your life, because that's basically what's out going on right now. Zoran Mondani is about to get in there and absolutely wreck those people's world. All right. And honestly, it probably needed to happen. People need to see some full-fledged socialism going on. And I feel bad for the people in New York, but they probably need to see it.
I do, but you know what? I think I came up with a plan. I had wrote the White House and I had, X them and sent everything. I think I know the easiest way to give America a live lesson about it and at the same time hurry this up so we don't have to wait 4 years, right? What we do is we have President Trump go, fine, I'm going to give Mamdani everything that he wants. New York becomes an illegal alien free zone. Any illegal alien that goes there won't be deported. Send them all there. Let's see how he deals with millions of people. Let's see communism in action. You got to feed those people. You have bread lines, fights. It'll be escape from New York in 24 hours.
Easy.
And you watch it collapse. We know 60, 90 days, it's over. We don't have to spend the next 4 years listening to his bullshit as a part of my language, and we can just watch it happen in real time. I mean, I know it sounds crazy, but I think that's, you know how the way Texas and Florida were busting them up there for years during Biden, do the same thing. Everybody, free ticket. You get your ass up to New York. Guess what? We won't touch you. And then when it's all over, deport all their asses. Got them in one spot.
But you know what somebody will say, George? You didn't do communism right. You didn't do it right. There's a better way. There's a different. They always say you didn't do it right. That's basically what would happen, So, yeah, smart idea, great idea. But at the end of the day, look, I think people that don't want to work, and there's always going to be a group of people in every society that just doesn't want to put in the hard work. They don't want to do the work. They want to be taken care of. They want somebody else to do it. It's not my job. But then they'll, scream entitlements. I'm entitled to this for doing what? What have you done to give you any right to my hard-earned labor?
But we used to call them
why do I have to give away my money to some idiot that doesn't want to work? Because and somebody that's capable of working. I'm not talking about people that are disabled.
Who can? No, absolutely not. You're talking about people
like those guys
who can work. Yeah, if you're disabled, if you have something wrong, I understand that. No, I'm glad society helps out. I'm talking about the healthy people, not the 42 million they say are on SNAP benefits, and over 45% of them are illegal aliens. Some are on there was a woman that they showed this week. She's been on SNAP benefits for 32 years. How the hell are you on? But there's nothing wrong with her. Could you imagine that, Dante? Welcome here. Welcome. How you doing? Great to see you. Could you imagine being paid by the government for 32 years to feed your face and there's nothing wrong with you? Just she had an emergency for 60 days and it just kept extending.
Man, look, I'm kind of, bent on this whole issue, right? Because I feel like there are people who definitely need them.
Yes.
Who need the benefits. There are, and not just like, veterans or people who are disabled, but man, you have people who are literally single parents, man. And I'm telling you right now, as someone who, just moved out of LA because it's too pricey.
Yeah.
You're a single mom, single dad who's raising like, kids.
You need a little help once in a while. I got it.
You kind of need some help, man. The problem is though, again, I've told this story how, I have a cousin who's, through faults of his own, has some pretty serious health issues.
Yeah.
And he gets those benefits. And I remember, I guess it was my turn in the loop to take him to his welfare meeting, because none of the other siblings could do it. And so, yeah, man, I sat there, just looking around this area, this office of welfare, of people getting SNAP benefits, man. And I'm telling you, look, and sure, not all of them, man, but a good percent of them, were extremely well dressed. They were dressed better than I was, man. They had a better cell phone than I had, that kind of stuff, man. And it's like, so when I see that kind of stuff,
it's got to piss you off.
That pisses me off because I'm sitting there like, why am I working?
Right, right. Exactly. Well, but look at this. You just moved from California, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm working on a video, so I want everybody to know. I rarely plug it during Slayer Nation, which I should, by the way. Good show. But by the way, hit like, share, tell everybody so they can come on board. I'm working on a video. I think it's going to be I have this feeling. It's like the most explosive video I've done. Elon Musk just went on Rogan again a few days ago, about 5.5 days ago. You saw that? My God. Yeah. Everything that he learned about while he was working in the government. So I've been putting clips together because it's coming out this week, my video. It's about how America isn't collapsing. It's being harvested, strip mine. Here's just one out of 62 videos that I've collected. This is in California, in San Francisco. And then I'll tell you how this is happening.
We're going to be homeless. It's pretty easy here. I mean, if we're going to be realistic, they pay you to be homeless here.
When you said that San Francisco pays people to be homeless, what did you mean by that? You mean that literally?
Yeah. I mean, I get $620 a month, dude.
From general assistance,
yeah.
Or what'd you get? How was that hard to get?
Phone call, bro.
Wow.
Phone call. 200 food stamps and $620 cash a month.
Wow.
Forget about it. Why wouldn't I do it? It's free money, dude. This right now is literally by choice.
Okay, so you have that, right? Not alone. This is not just one isolated incident. Musk goes on to explain, like what he was learning with Doge, how deeply rooted this is. In California last year, how much do y'all bet? Just take a guess. Do you think was spent on the average homeless person in California?
It's hard to say, man, because the answer is both, too much and not enough, right? And the reason why I say not enough is, yeah, they may get like $600 a month, but do you know what like the government is getting?
Yeah, would it surprise you
to subsidize these people? They're getting 5 times that amount.
Right. Would it surprise you to know that California, as of fiscal year 24, spent $900,000 per homeless person?
Right, which means that they pocket it twice.
Yeah, they don't spend it though. They get the money, but they ain't spending that kind of money on a homeless man. They're getting
900,000.
Everybody's putting that money in their pockets. All the money that's being spent on
900,000, they collected probably like $3 million.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, $1 million. So you're talking about they're making. I mean, and they're not making millionaires of these homeless people. They have built what would be the equivalent of like the UK has their migrant hotels. They're building condominium complexes all over LA, which you had realtors saying these would average at about $600,000 per 2,000 square feet, and they give them they bring homeless.
As crazy as it sounds, man, homelessness is a big business.
Oh yeah,
Homelessness is a big business. especially
Huge.
especially in California.
Huge business. That's what Musk explains. And the way he goes into it, it's unbelievable.
And San Francisco has got this tax, this gross receipts tax, which it's not even on revenue; it's on all transactions, which is why Stripe and Square had, and a whole bunch of financial companies had to move out of San Francisco because it wasn't a tax on revenue; it's a tax on transactions. So if you did trillions of dollars transactions, not revenue, you're taxed on any money going through the system in San Francisco. Like Jack Dorsey pointed this out, and they said look, that they had to move Square from San Francisco to Oakland, I think. Stripe had to move from San Francisco to South San Francisco, a different city. And that money goes to the homeless industrial complex, that tax that was passed. So there's billions of dollars that go, as you pointed out, the billions of dollars every year that go to these non-governmental organizations that are funded by the state. It's not clear how to turn this off. It's a self-licking ice cream cone situation. So they get this money. The money is proportionate to the number of homeless people or number of drug zombies, essentially. So they try to keep that. They try to actually increase, because that in some cases it's somebody did an analysis. When you add up all the money that's flowing, they're getting close to $1 million per homeless per drug zombie. It's like $900,000, something like some crazy amount of money.
He goes into that later.
To these organizations. So so they want to keep people just barely alive. They need to keep them in the area so they get the revenue. So that's why, like I said, they don't arrest the drug dealers, because otherwise the drug zombies would leave. But they don't want to have too much. If they get too much drugs, then they die. So they're kept in this sort of perpetual zone of being addicted, but just barely alive.
So how is this coordinated with DAs that they'll prosecute people?
Yeah.
So when they hire or they push, so they fund the campaigns of the most progressive, most out there left-wing DAs, they get them into office.
We've got that issue in Austin too, by the way.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, so he goes on. Could you imagine? I mean, the amount of money that's being spent. He goes on. There's a whole 3-hour interview. He goes from immigration and open borders and how the whole thing is rigged to, what we know, to set up the Dems as a supermajority with the handouts, because they realize that illegal aliens would then vote for them, to the homeless industrial complex. He doesn't call them homeless. He says they're the drug zombies. But that they work with law enforcement and leftist prosecutors who won't prosecute any of the drug lords, anyone dealing drugs, because they want to keep them in this kind of suspended animation between life and death.
There's no point in fixing the problem, because if they fix the problem, guess what? Then that homeless industrial complex is done. If they actually solve the problems that they've been, elected to solve and hired to solve, but then they realize, okay, once we fix this, it's over. We won't be able to grift off of it anymore. We won't be able to make any money off of homeless people. All of these NGOs are going to go out of business, or they're going to have to find something else to do. So what they end up doing is just keeping the problem alive. And then the problem grows. So now you got people saying, hey, you want to be homeless, go to California. They're paying people, like this guy just said, they're literally paying you to be homeless. And so now when I, in my neighborhood, now I got a homeless, encampment, about, 4 blocks from my house, where one never existed before. When I was coming up, there were no homeless encampments 4 blocks away. And now there's one that's growing. They're kind of trying to dismantle it. But you get out there and they got all of their RVs and they got all of their tents and they're just camped out on this one street, 4 blocks away. And I one day I should just go over there and just
you should film it. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, I should just go over there and say, look, this is what's coming to a city near you. If you keep electing these damn Democrats and these communists and these socialists, this is what's coming to your town. All right, because it didn't exist. All right, when California had a Republican mayor when LA had a Republican mayor and when California had Republican governors, we didn't have all of this stuff. Now that it's just been full-fledged Democrat for the last 20 years, thereabouts, it's all over the place.
It's unbelievable. As I've been doing research on this video, it's like what they're having is they're having a big crisis right now with they, as Musk would call them, the drug zombies. They're going all throughout LA and they're ripping out the electric vehicle chargers for the wiring so they could sell it. So it's we're trying to go green, but they're ripping it out. It's just amazing.
Yo, in my mother's at my mom's house, my mother's house, they tore out all the electrical wiring to the point where her landline phone, she still has an old landline phone.
Oh, that's good.
It hasn't worked since June. And they've been trying to fix it, and every month they charge her and she has to call in and get a credit for the month. But this has been going on since June because these people come in, they rip the cords out, they tear out catalytic converters from cars. You just got to be very, very careful of how you like move around now. But we didn't have this problem. We absolutely didn't have this problem back in the day until they started allowing all of these homeless people to just infiltrate the area because this is what they want to do.
Do you know what is so screwed up? This is how systemic it is, and then we'll move on. They're now training the different types of robots that are doing delivery services how to avoid the drug zombies.
Sorry, I just wanted to...
Instead of solving it, they're like, "Oh, we're just going to teach a damn robot how to go around them."
Yeah.
So if there's bodies laying on the cement,
my mind went straight to they better learn how to dodge all that.
It's insane. I feel like we are actually have a part of the country that is like Escape from LA or Escape from New York.
But again, this is what Gavin Newsom. This is the fruit of his administration, right? Like this is what he's bore, and this is what people have voted for. The dumbasses who live in California voted to keep this man in office. They had a chance in a special election to get him out of there, and they voted for him again after COVID.
But you think that's because of the illegals? Do you think that's because of the illegals, though, or like enough, or Californians actually done, but it's everybody else?
Look, I've said it before. As long as California stays a sanctuary state, as long as they welcome, women who want to mutilate their kids or illegal aliens, as long as California holds to that, the dumbasses will keep voting for him.
Unbelievable. Yep. It's just was watching this and going through that. It's like Musk was talking about a moment where Rogan asked him, he's like, a few months ago I had you on, he goes, you were afraid to go really in depth because you said you were afraid you'd get killed. And he's like, well, look, there was so much fraud that they discovered. He's like Democrats benefit, 80% of Democrats benefit off the fraud. But he goes, you also have Republicans, 20% of them, he goes, benefit off the fraud. They want their little piece. He goes, every time we'd cut a program with Doge, he goes, we get Republicans who are coming running around screaming like, hey, what are you doing? I get my little bit of taste over here. So he's like, the uniparty is real. He goes,
the Democrats did a great job of programming, right? It's like basically all they got to do is mention Trump's name. Yeah, and that's their whole campaign, right? Mamdani just won in New York. He ran on "I'm not Trump," or more importantly, "I hate Trump." He ran on that and won.
Yeah, but you know what?
But you also got to promise free stuff too. You got to promise that you're going to give them free buses. You're going to have to. We're going to have a rent freeze, which is absolutely going to destroy any possibility of new builds coming through New York. You got to promise all of this stuff that's never going to happen, or if it did happen, would destroy the city. On top of Orange Man bad. You got to throw the Orange Man bad in there for good measure.
The only shining light when it comes to Mamdani, and I think I mentioned this yesterday, is that he's not a true believer, right? Like I'd be more concerned if he were a true believer. Okay. But he's a snake oil salesman. He's a con. He's not about that life, as we say in the hood.
Okay. You think this is all show?
I think so too.
Yeah, he's a carny. He's a carny, right? Like he's there to flash blinking lights at you and juggle balls, right? He's not to be taken serious. The only thing I would take serious when it comes to this guy is the fact that he may not be the guy, but he's more than welcome to let in plenty of dangerous other people who are those people. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Like the people behind him. I got you. The people behind him.
That's the real danger of Mamdani, is the fact that he will eventually let in those kind of people into New York. Now, I'm bringing him up because you guys have to understand, man. This guy hasn't even had his administration. Like, he just started, okay? Right. Gavin Newsom has had years to destroy California, and they have let him.
Yep.
Oh, big time.
They have let him. He's had years, and even when they had a chance to get rid of him, they said, no, we need more mess. We need even more fucked up. So we're going to keep you.
You know why that is? It's besides the lack of education. It's everything has been programmed for so many years.
As long as you say Trump bad, people will vote for you.
Yeah, but
it's listen, let's just cut to the chase. There's a lot of liberal white women that they will never, ever vote Republican, regardless of what the situation is. I think that is a lot of this. A lot of liberal white women. If you check like the numbers that they were showing for Mamdani's election, like Democrat women under the age of like 20 or something like that voted for him like 85%. Like 85%. That's like black people voting for Democrats. It's on that level. That's how many liberal white women voted for Mamdani. You can't beat that when that's half of the electorate. Half of the electorate are women, and if they're voting for him like that, there's no way around it. Okay, there's no way around it. You're talking about an existential like destruction of the country if people keep voting the way that they're voting strictly because of emotions. Oh, I'm voting because I want to hold on to abortion or whatever. Like, they're not thinking policy wise. Hey, the guy that you're allowing to come in here and do all this stuff because he's going to protect your abortion rights, he's also going to completely destroy the country. Are you aware of that? And they don't care. They're just here for the, I want my abortion. I want my free shit, whatever.
Right.
Whatever you're voting for the Democrats for, it's the wrong reason. You got to start looking forward. But I always feel like a lot of people shouldn't be voting anyway. And
I agree with you.
We need to do something about shrinking down the amount of eligible voters and like maybe even having a test. Like you got to take a voting test.
I'm all for that. Amen. Amen, my friend. I'm all for that. Well, you're talking about the typical leftist female voter, right here. I don't know if y'all saw this video.
All my life. If you want to make sure that no Trump-supporting misogynist men ever talk to you again, I have the perfect solution for you. I'm going to whisper this so that they don't find out, but they hate it. Hate it. I had long hair all my life. It's been very interesting to see how much less I've been harassed and sexualized since cutting my hair short. It definitely weeds out a certain type of man, and I'm sure that many of you don't want to be associated with anyways.
Is it my imagination? Didn't we have in the 80s and 90s like the pixie cut and shit that
sure
that was
look, Halle Berry used to have that haircut and she was still fly. I think that
hell yeah.
They always think they discover something new. Right? Like they always think like like they discovered this shit, right? like even like when you think about the trans shit, like people think like this is a new thing. Right. People were cross-dressing back in Jesus' time. Like, y'all motherfuckers are coming up with nothing new.
You tell them.
Now that nose ring is a sure sign to run the hell away from her. That
always head the other way. But here's the bigger part is the fact that you had because we're really talking about how does this all happen. Jimmy Kimmel decided to go on a show with his wife. And of course, she has TDS stage 4.
Thankfully, my immediate family, all they did not vote for Donald Trump. Okay, they did the first time. A few of them. We flipped them the second time. It's weird. When Donald Trump was first elected, I was so upset. We all were. But I remember thinking, I understand it because I grew up in a very conservative Republican house. I mean, I bought my dad a Rush Limbaugh tie in high school. I voted Republican straight ticket, and that's what I was told to do. And then I left St. Louis, Missouri, and I met people from different backgrounds, and I started to understand different things and different needs and different people. And there's like a little bit of sympathy I have for people in my family that I feel are kind of being deliberately misinformed every day.
Mm-hmm.
And they're deliberately being misinformed every day. Mm-hmm. And they believe it. But it hurts me so much because of the personal relationship I now have where my husband is out there fighting this man. And to me, them voting for Trump is them not voting for my husband and me and our family. And I unfortunately have kind of lost relationships with people in my family because of it.
Big surprise.
It's like this is not just Republican versus Democrat for me anymore. It is, to me, it's family values, and it's really hard for me because I grew up believing in these Christian beliefs.
So you know what she's saying? If you vote for Trump, you're anti-family.
Yeah,
You're anti-humanity. And then you also had Stephen Colbert go on, and he did an interview, and he was basically explaining that the late night talk shows are there to teach you how to think about the news. That's what they're primarily there for. To tell you how to think about them.
Like they really think you're stupid. They think people are stupid and they cannot think for
100%.
themselves, and they cannot be trusted to just take the information in as it is and then make up your own mind as to how you feel about it. They literally think they look down on you and they say you're an idiot, you're stupid. I have to show you how to think. That's that's my role as, you know, a journalist or, you know, talk show host or whatever. Instead of just saying, hey, here's some information, make up your own mind about it. That's what, you know, journalists used to do. But now they just want to propagandize to you.
I know we've gotten to a crazy place. You even had Stevie Nicks from Fleetwood Mac gave an interview. Did y'all see that one?
Nope.
Yeah, she went on and she was saying that basically it was time for her to come out because she's seen all the stuff against abortion and she needs to speak up, and basically that she wouldn't have a career if she hadn't had an abortion, because at the height of Fleetwood Mac, she got pregnant at the peak, right when it peaked. And so she was explaining, you know, why she had an abortion, therefore it's her right, therefore she could not ruin her voice and continue singing, and yada, 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 yada. It goes on and on and on. But she said it's time. She has a platform. She had to speak up and save women.
You know what? Hollywood would, and I'm including the music industry in this, but Hollywood wouldn't be in the situation that it's in right now if they all just learned from Sydney Sweeney.
I know,
right?
Sydney Sweeney. Sydney Sweeney.
I don't know where that girl got her media training, but they all need to go to whatever guru taught her how to handle the media. They all need to go to that person.
I think she's just being herself. You know, I really.
Oh, no, she's being herself. What I'm saying though is, you know, but she is media trained in a way of she's not going to sit there and answer stupid ass questions. You know what I mean?
No way. I think the funniest
she's
thing
not going to fall for the bait.
Oh no. She doesn't. And to wrap up our unhinged moment, I think it would be good to mention Michelle. Oh, Mike has a few issues this week. She's had him for the last couple. She had him for the last couple of weeks. It's just interesting that you would talk about things that just make you sound tone deaf.
Well, her and Barack have had a lot to say over the past couple of weeks. So
I know, but they sound tone deaf in saying. And Barack was a magnificent speaker. He was. Like him, don't like him. He could hold a room's attention.
I agree, but I'm getting to the point now that every time he talks now, like I take away something from his administration, right? Like because I feel like not take away from it. I feel like okay, I find a flaw in it every single time he talks. You know what I mean? So I kind of wish he would just shut up, man. Because honestly, you know, I voted for the guy once, you know, and I would like to, you know, hold on to those fond memories of that time. But every time he talks, man, I'm like, shut up.
You're chipping away at my memory. Well, Big Mike had a few words to say about her hair and then about the White House.
Hair as women of color, that the way our hair naturally grows out of our head, it's beautiful. But if we struggle to make it look like the standard, that means we are spending thousands of hours and lots of money straightening out what is naturally curly hair, right? And that takes time out of your life. It costs money. Hair as women of color.
She goes on for the rest of the interview and basically explains that for Black women to be forced to fix their hair, anything to do with their hair, if you talk about their hair, it's racism. I'm like, nobody talked about your hair. Nobody talked about your hair.
Look, every woman, I don't care what color the woman is. I don't care what country she lives in. Every woman spends an inordinate amount of time on her damn hair
and money.
That's
And
just
money.
that is not just a black thing. All right. And I don't understand why as a black woman, I have to spend more money on my hair to make it look according to the norm. Like, that's every woman.
Right.
I don't know of a single woman that hasn't spent too much money on her damn hair.
And also, it's a choice. Okay, like it's a choice. We're not talking about necessities here in life. We're talking about your hairdo, right? Which you could easily fix yourself. You don't have to spend all that money. Sure, maybe time, but definitely not the money. No, this is all, and again, they're using a lot of them don't want to accuse everybody, but they'll use these SNAP benefits to do shit like that, to basically go do their hair. Because basically with the money they're saving from not having to buy food, they can go get their nails done, they can go get their hair done, it's ridiculous, man.
Unbelievable.
And I knew she was going to be on that bullshit. As soon as she mentioned her hair, I'm like, here we go. Here we go. We're about to hear about the black woman's plight, to comb her nappy ass hair. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm not even trying to be fucked up here. I'm just like, I just wish this conversation would be so done with women in general, but especially for black women, because they tend to be on this kick, man. Y'all are the ones spending that money. In fact, I'll be honest with you, your man probably doesn't want you to spend that money on your
No, absolutely not, man.
You are bankrupting.
Wear your hair naturally.
Naturally.
Man.
There you go. Naturally. The hair thing is nothing compared to her next statement and our last video of Big Mike.
Yeah. Well, I didn't really have that choice as first lady.
Of course.
Right.
Yeah.
Every day, every time I was up, as we called it, I was up for the public.
Yes.
And the days were long. So as you mentioned, to save time.
Yes.
I know having a glam team, a trifecta, it feels like a luxury, but it was a time necessity.
Yes.
There's absolutely no way that I would be able to do my hair and makeup and have clothes ready that fit, because rare is the woman that can live off the rack.
Yes.
My mom, our moms, grandmas, wives. She basically is saying that living in the White House was so much work and so difficult that if she didn't have a team of servants to make her hair, do her makeup, and fit her clothes, she couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. So all you women out there that you do this every day, get up, wash, makeup, hair, put your own clothes on,
Yeah, and again, it's a choice. Look, man, I remember when I was, I don't know, I think I was maybe 11 or 12. We didn't have a lot of choices in what we could do as far as, you're a kid and your parents want you to get your hair done a certain way, right? So me and my brother, they make us get a jerry curl, right? And I remember sitting in that beauty shop for 5 or 6 hours, man, while they just tortured my scalp. Right. I'm telling you, man, the jerry curl is the worst thing that happened to black people probably since slavery. I mean, it's pretty bad.
One, thank God.
and luckily I didn't wear that style, very long, because I was like, I'm not doing this shit, for years on end. But again, it's a choice that people make, man. If women, they could easily just wear their hair natural.
Absolutely. But could you imagine complaining about that, saying how difficult it was without servants, staff, whatever you want to call them? It just feels tone deaf to me, just completely out of touch.
And that's what I'm saying. Every time these people talk, man, every time the Obamas talk, I realize just how little they did for black folks. Right now, obviously, when you're president, you got to work for everybody. I get that.
Right.
But you have to understand, they pretty much ran on uplifting black people, right? And they didn't uplift anybody. Black, gay, sure. They totally helped the LGBTQ in every way they could. Black folks, not so much.
Yeah,
which is funny because how many black folks love Obama.
What's funny is that it was Trump who actually permanently funded the historically black colleges, because Obama didn't. But of course, the media never mentions it. Let's take the super chats and we're going to move on because we need to have a refresher. You know what? Bring them up, Fletcher. And then we're going to talk about if you love comic books, or superhero movies, whoever fans are out there left. DC has auditions next week if you want to be part of a DC project. Patrick Robinson for $5. Predator Badlands was a 10 out of 10. Andre was right. Nothing woke about it. Girl was annoying, but that was about it. I saw it. Did y'all see it, guys?
I haven't
I
seen
did.
it.
Yeah.
And we will talk about that in a bit. But you know what? Whether we agree or we disagree, I'm always happy when someone's happy watching something. If it pleases you, God bless.
Surprisingly, I've heard some really mixed things about it. Which
I didn't like it. I liked the first 15 minutes.
I think in a good way. It seems like equal amounts of people liking it and not liking it. So
that's how it's supposed to be in a film. Not everybody loves something, so that's normal. Aaron Charman, member for 19 months. Congrats on 4 years. George missed last week's live. I missed you, but you're here now. And we're slowly, this is what, the third week in a row that we've done the show. So slowly getting back in the schedule. Verbal and I will be back this Wednesday with Slayer Unchained. Finally, we're going to be doing it. So we're kicking off everything, getting back to as it was. TGB Monster. Great to see you, my friend. Gifted one Georgia Giant Slayer membership. Whoever got that, please go thank him. Love it. Thank you, TGV. Always appreciate it when you're here. Steel Leg of History, our good friend for $2, just hit 833 subs. Thanks for everything, George. Nice. Bless you. You're almost there to 1,000. Hey, let's see if we can't get him to 1,000. If you haven't checked out Steel Leg of History's channel, go. He games, has fun, talks. Pretty cool. Steel Leg of History for another $5. We used to rely on our family for help. I have to rely on both family and government since my folks don't know if they will get their social this week. Yeah, this whole government shutdown thing is it's part of the Dems' plan. Obamacare was shit. We all knew it was shit.
Yep.
And they want to extend it to continue being crap. And Trump doesn't want to. Plus,
You're just
doesn't
playing
want
politics, man. It's disgusting. It's all politics.
Wow. Look at how many flights were canceled this weekend. Over 2,000 flights were canceled because they had to. They had to. 2-penny puppet for $2. I had myself convinced most black women wore wigs. What? I had myself convinced most black women. I didn't know wigs were still a thing.
Yeah, I mean, they were big in like the 70s, 80s.
But they're not now, are they?
I guess some people
still wear them.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. Mr. Burger, always good to see you for $20. Listen to what George is saying. Slayer Nation, the homeless industrial complex is nothing but a scam. 2 weeks from now, Mr. Burger Saves America show starts right after Slayer Nation, Sunday afternoon, Central Standard Time. All right. It's going to be really cool. Right after us. Always good to see you, Mr. Burger. Always. Love it. Thank you.
Apparently, a lot of the old rock stars are wearing wigs now, which is kind of funny to think about. Like the hair metal guys, like Bret Michaels and yeah, like all those guys are wearing wigs now.
Wow, you mean wow. That's interesting. What was the guys like? Quiet Riot, the singer. I remember Quiet Riot. It was pretty.
Oh
big.
yeah. I forgot the lead singer's name, but
he looked like he would need a wig.
But yeah, a lot of those guys now. Because I right before I left LA, the Rainbow's like one of my favorite clubs or favorite bars in LA. And every now and then, I would just kind of, cruise around. Yeah, and you see people there, man, and it's like, I saw like Duff McKagan there a few times from Guns N' Roses and
Dee Snider.
Yeah, a lot of those guys. But yeah, they're wearing the wigs, man, because some hard living and some balls,
I think the only one who's still just kind of like an animated zombie is Keith Richards. I think he's about the
I think now more than ever, I'm probably convinced now that he is not of this earth, man. I think this guy is, I'm not saying he's evil or anything. I'm just saying he's definitely not human.
He's not human. I think maybe he just self-embalmed. All that coke, all that heroin.
Yeah, like maybe he died like 20 years ago and his body forgot to like let him know. Like I don't know.
He just keeps going. He just keeps going. Wow. If you want to be part of the DC universe, I thought this was funny. The Dynamic Duo movie is having a casting call next week. If you think you can help with the puppet performances for DC's Dynamic Duo, Swaybox wants to see what you've got. Bring you on board. That's right. Swaybox Studios has partnered up with Warner Brothers. Next Saturday, November 15th, Animation Studio Swaybox will look at online auditions to work as a performer for the puppet animated flick. Just saying that, I don't know. There's just something about that. A puppet animated DCEU movie. Here is the video they released, in case you want to go audition, I suppose. Odd. Wow.
I'm very confused. I have no idea what's going on.
Swayback Studios has partnered with Warner Brothers to create a dynamic duo puppets film as part of the DCU, by what I understand.
Right, but the people they're asking that, to help out
have no requirements. Just they want you to audition. Are you willing to push the cars around? They teach you how to move the puppets. Audition. They say if you like it, if they like it, you go to the link, you fill out everything. They ask you whatever you want to do, and they check you out. I guess it's to see if you, I don't know, good energy, do what you're told. Who knows? NPCs, yeah, they want NPCs. But what I'm stuck is that it's supposed to be part of the DCU. So they're making puppets part of the DCU now. Does that mean it was approved by Gunn?
Yeah, I have no idea what this even is, man.
It's supposed to be about the origins of Jason Todd. Jason Todd and hold on. It's Jason Todd and it's called The Dynamic Duo, and it's about Todd and if you could finish it. Damn it.
Now, it sounds to me like they want a bunch of free labor.
Dick Grayson. Yeah, Dick Grayson and Jason Todd. It's their opening career.
Yeah, they want free labor.
Yeah.
It says the film is produced by Matt Reeves. It's said to be completely disconnected from his live action Batman universe. It's described as a mix between CG, practical stop motion, and live action real time performances, similar to Laika's Coraline.
Okay.
That's it.
It might be all right. It might be
called The
interesting.
Dynamic Duo. Will be in the theaters June 30th, 2028.
Okay.
I don't know how well that's going to go over with audiences.
Probably won't go over well at all.
I mean, like, DCU.
But I mean, it's interesting because of what I'm looking at an article on it now. It sounds interesting. They're actually trying to do something different. Comics, animation, and puppetry and film. It might work. Got to wait and see what it looks like. But I don't think it doesn't say it's a part of the DCU. It says it's by Matt Reeves.
Right, and it says it's partnered here on the site, partnered with Warner Brothers. I figured if it's partnered and it's DC, doesn't it have to be part of the DCU? And it's got Reeves?
No, Matt Reeves or Batman is not in the DCU, in James Gunn's shared universe.
Okay,
but it's the same studios. DC Studios making it, but it's not a part of the the shared universe.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so that's not going to be Batman. They still have to cast the Batman for James Gunn stuff if he ever gets around to doing it.
Yeah, I just saw there was an article on Screen Rant about Alan Ritchson said he's in talks with Warner Brothers, but he says he wants a dirtier, grittier role, whatever the hell that means, in the DCU.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to end up being Batman though.
Nah.
Like everybody's wanted him as Batman, but I don't think it's going to be him.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think they would have done something big for that. I think it's time for a good palate cleanser. This is a film I am excited for. I'm just going to play the trailer, so I can't say how excited I am for this. It's 4 hours and 26 minutes. It will be released in December. I think it'll be one of the greatest movies ever. I still think it's one of the best movies ever.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
But it's coming to you raw, uncut.
I know what this is. I'm looking forward to this too, George.
Full Quentin.
Once upon a time, around the year 2003, there began a legend of bloody revenge. That was the warm-up round.
You and I have unfinished business.
Baby, you ain't kidding. That woman deserves her revenge. And we deserve to die.
You didn't think it was going to be that easy, did you? Yeah, I kind of did. Hi.
Come on. Well, Give me the gore details. And we're talking the whole shebang.
I've killed a hell of a lot of people to get to this point. And when I arrive at my destination, I am gonna kill Bill.
This is what you get for fucking around with your Yakuzas! Go home to your mother!
I cannot wait.
It's easily my favorite Tarantino film. Easily. and when I say film, I mean both of them together.
Yes.
Like they are both my favorite Tarantino film.
Tell me you're not looking forward to that. You've got
I'm looking so forward to that.
15 extra minutes, 4 hours, 26 minutes. Well, it's 4 hours and 40 minutes, but then they have a 15-minute intermission. Hey, Epic Mike is here. We were just looking at the unrated, the whole bloody affair, Kill Bill.
Oh, dude, I'm so excited for that.
I'm there. I'm like,
Day one.
Day
Day one.
definitely day
hell yeah.
one.
4 hours and 25 minutes and a 15-minute break, but I want to see the extra 15 minutes. And the anime, I haven't seen the anime that they added into it.
I haven't either, but yeah, I'm super pumped, dude. I love Kill Bill. It's definitely up there. It's one of Quentin Tarantino's best. So yeah. Guy kind of doesn't miss very often, anyways. But that one, that's solid, bro. Yeah.
He only had one miss.
Yeah. Which one? Which one? Let's see which one. Which one is it for you?
Death Proof. Death Proof.
Death Proof. Okay, I kind of see that.
I'm not a fan of Death Proof either.
Yeah.
Death Proof was a miss, but even with Tarantino, it was
still good.
It was
it was still good, but it wasn't. When we walked in to that, me and my brother went to see that, and we were so pumped after Planet Terror. We was like, all right, now we get Death Proof, and it was just like, oh. It was like
they should have did Death Proof first and then Planet Terror in that order. If you saw them together, like I did, like I saw them all as one film. And with the fake trailers and everything, which was kind of fun. But you know what? It's not his best, man. I think he was trying to go for exploitation film. The problem with that though was that you could say that about all his other films, that they're all exploitation films. So this one, Death Proof didn't feel that special because it's like, we're used to you being, gratuitous or at least, yeah.
Yep.
Well, what do you think?
I can feel that way.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
What do you think about the rumor that it was going around? World of Real picked it up, I think, from Puck, and Puck picked it up from Insider, saying how Paramount now wants to reboot the entire Star Trek universe since the Ellisons bought it. And they were actually looking at Tarantino's script.
I think they need to let Star Trek die for a little while. It needs to just go away. It's too tainted, man.
You don't think with a Tarantino behind it would do?
It's like Star Wars, man. It's too tainted. You got to let it die for a little while. Let it, remove it from our consciousness just for a few years.
Okay.
And then come back to it. I think Star Trek is done. It's done, and they did it to themselves, man. Same thing with Lucasfilm. So you got to take your lashes, right. Go away for a little while. You screwed everything up. Go away for a little bit, then come back, and then maybe, you'll have a fresh audience. Maybe,
yeah. I agree with that, honestly. But I'm also I really would love to see them stop making prequels all the time. So let it die, let it go away for a little while, and then reboot it, 100, 200 years in the future, like they did Next Generation, and really conceive of a world beyond what we've seen before. I would love that. And the thing is, Next Generation is amazing, and I love Next Generation. But I would love for them to actually kind of do something. I would love for them to do what we got when I was growing up, which was we had Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, and Voyager, and it was kind of a little bit of something for everybody, and they were all bangers. Even Voyager, probably the weakest of all of them, but they were still especially compared to nowadays, man. I'd take Voyager over just about anything we have nowadays, you know?
Same.
Hey,
Oh,
yeah,
God.
Voyager gave us 7 to 9. You know, that alone gets to the win in my book, man.
Yeah.
I mean, the only decent Star Trek we've had was Picard season 3. I mean, like that
Oh,
was
yeah, that
literally
was
the only
Yeah.
good Star
Yeah.
Trek that we've had. So
And that was just blatant fan service, which I'm not complaining about, but like, yeah, I'm like, this is where we are now, guys. Like, man, this sucks. I don't know.
I mean, you think about it, man. Like Star Trek has existed since what, the 60s? So like how many more ideas do they have for this franchise? Like how many times can you ring another series out? I mean, there's a lot of different ideas, but I feel like a lot of these, like we're going to talk about Predator in just a minute.
Yeah.
They should take some of these concepts and make a new franchise out of it instead of just piggybacking off of the old franchises. Because to me, when you hear Star Trek, I don't know how many young kids are going to be really into it. You know, that's the thing. You're not growing the franchise. You're not doing anything new with it. You're just kind of doing the same stuff you did. Maybe it's okay, but I feel like you should take whatever ideas you have and just make your own franchise out of it and, run the risk of it not working or whatever. But piggybacking off the old franchises, I feel it's just hurting the franchises. Ultimately, it's not making them any better.
How long has it been? How long has it been since the last Star Trek film? 5 years, 10 years? Film with the Chris Pine and the other guy, Quinto.
Oh, man.
That was beyond.
That might be like before like the lockdowns, man.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a hot minute. Let me see here. Star Trek Beyond. It's been a long time.
Yeah, that was before COVID, I think.
Come on. 8 years?
2016.
Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
nice.
So, 9 years, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they need to let this stuff die, like Dante said. Just let it die, let it rest, let it get out of the public eye for a minute, and then bring it back with a fresh new ideas.
And I think that the weird thing about this is, man, it seems like they don't understand the property that they have, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Star Trek has never, for the most part, right? I mean, not including some of you hardcore fans out there, but for the most part, Star Trek has never really appealed to children, right? Like, I didn't know a lot of kids growing up who were that into Star Trek.
I like
Star Wars, yes.
Yeah.
Right? Because Star Wars.
No, what kids? What age of kids? I liked it at about 12.
Well, okay. Let me rephrase that. I think for the most part, Star Trek is a show for people who are either adults or think more maturely, right? Because Star Trek never dealt with good versus evil, right? It was always kind of more complex. The human condition, that kind of thing, right? So that doesn't really appeal to kids, right? Good versus evil, red lightsaber versus blue lightsaber.
Right.
Kids understand that, right?
Yeah.
So more kids are into like Star Wars, right? So my thing is, if you knew your audience, they would not have made the Star Trek they've made over the past couple of years. Like all that bullshit we got over the past couple of years, if they knew their audience well, we never would have got that.
Yeah, no.
You know what? I don't know where the hell this came out of. Y'all are going to think you said blue saber, red saber. I have an image. I don't know what the hell the movie is. I saw a movie 20 years ago. I think it was with Ritter. Remember John Ritter?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He was in some movie, and I just saw this scene where he was in a room, and it was pitch black. And he was trying to sleep with this girl, and he comes out. She gives him a condom, and he has like this red condom. Neon
I remember
condom.
that. Yeah.
And then somebody else walks into the room, and you got a blue guy, and you got a red guy, and they're running around the room in the middle. Anyway, crazy thought. It was like lightsabers, but
yeah, I forgot the name of
deep. That's what it was.
Which one?
Skin deep. Someone
yeah.
said it.
Yeah.
Wow. It just popped in my head.
It's an old film, but yeah, it's pretty funny.
Wow. Talk about how your mind just messes with you. Right. But what's interesting is that I've noticed a lot of people lately are actually using AI to continue making like these little Star Trek clips and Star Wars clips. Have y'all seen that where they're filling in the stories from Legends or the Dark Horse comics for Star Wars, and they're making like 3-minute, 4-minute scenes?
Yeah. Oh yeah,
it's exactly what they're doing it.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, man, more. I wish they do it more. For me, it's like I would rather like a fan create something like that and embarrass the studio into making something better.
Yeah.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of back when, and this is like right around the time fan film started just becoming a thing. But I don't know if you guys remember that one fan film. It was Batman Deep End, or It was Batman versus the Predator. It was like
it's that
it was,
guy who does
Bat in the Sun.
Bat in the Sun. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It was
Yeah.
one of one of the
that,
first
yeah.
fan films, right? That I've ever seen. And
Yep.
I remember when we all saw that, we all looked at Warner Brothers like, your move.
Yep.
Right? Because that was so well done.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
okay, what are you guys with all the money in the world? What are you guys going to do now?
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
And then shortly after that, we got Christian Bale as in Batman Begins. Like shortly after that.
Yep. Now, without tipping anything, that we've talked to some people about stuff like that. That's definitely a thing. Yeah. Well, the reality is most studios are just trying to make money, and that's important. Making money is very important.
Hell yeah.
But right now, exposure for indie studios especially is very important. And you can get a lot of exposure
making
by
something
making
like that.
fan content. Yeah, it's expensive, but if you know how to make stuff and you know how to make stuff cheaply and but also at a high level, you can do that. And I can tell you that now that has definitely been a thing that's been discussed and talked about is fan projects and how important some of those short films or even just a little fake trailer for something or something is, just to remind people that, yo, like, this is these studios are capable of making something good. You know, I definitely would love to see that. And I do agree. Yeah. I mean, yeah. There's been a couple Spider-Man projects that have been really cool. They're not perfect. You know, they're definitely showing that they're learning and stuff, you know, but I mean, heck, even though Deadpool was professionally done, it was a fan film, that little, you know, the little short film that they did, the teaser, that got that made. And I think that we'll probably see a lot more of that in the future, is people doing fan projects, reminding these studios, like, we can make the stuff that you can't. And if you guys, like, just listen to fans, you could get a lot of fans, you know, excited for this stuff, you know?
You know what I'd like to do? Oh,
go ahead.
I would like to turn some of the great stories from the Bible into those. I think there's a lot that haven't been done well, like, you know, a Samson and just a lot of old stories. Daniel in the Lion's Den. I don't know. I saw House of David last year, and I think season 2 just came out. I haven't seen it yet, but I enjoyed it. You know, not into every biblical thing, but it was really well done.
The Bible is public domain, George, so you have nothing stopping you from making it.
Yep.
No.
The problem is a lot of people that make those projects, and I don't mean to be disparaging, because I mean, I'm a Christian, you know, but like a lot of these people don't have any knowledge of filmmaking, and a lot of people, you know,
that's what I'm talking about, to make it real, not like a Sunday school project. You know what I mean? I mean, like a film.
Yeah, a lot of them are. Yeah, a lot of them are very scared to make those projects, and a lot of people, they're more invested in making it like a project to like preach to people and like an outreach than there actually are in making entertainment. That's why, I mean, that's part of the reason we're in the situation we're in. You know, churches make a lot of money, you know, and these Christian studios, even with these terrible projects, make a lot of money.
What about Angel?
You know, Angel Studios is one of the few that is actually doing that, you know, but they also, you know, I think if I remember correctly, they're owned by or at least they were bought out by an investment firm, not like a Christian studio. Now their value system and everything, they're putting their money where their mouth is. They made like the animated David series that's supposed to come out. I've heard it's pretty good. They're definitely putting some projects out, and I would love to see some bigger budget stuff, but also, you know, Hollywood is more invested in making art than they are making money. And we've seen that, and you hope that the art makes good money. I know, what is it? You know, Disney was like, we do the opposite. We make good stuff. We make stuff that makes money, and then we make art sometimes too. But like a lot of churches and stuff don't understand how to, like, the metric of, well, this isn't going to make any money, so why are we investing all this money into it? You go, well, because you're trying to make art. You're trying to, you know, enhance, you know, the stories and stuff that exist. So yeah, I would love to see that too, man. There's a lot of great stories in the Bible that could be really entertaining. So, you know, a lot of violence, a lot of intensity. You know, we got lineages and dynasties and angels and demons and monsters. Dude, it's all there.
It could be done really, really well. Really well.
Yeah. Yep.
What's funny is, you know, I'm going to, used to act when I was younger. Not now. It's like theater. Then, first it was high school. Then I had a TV show where I did movie reviews. Funny enough, I think I've shared it before. When I was 12 for a local NBC affiliate, and the first movie I ever reviewed was Space Camp. And I think I shared that with you before. And it was my producer, God rest her soul, she's passed away, Pat Taylor. It was the first and last time she ever let me write anything. I was 13. And she didn't check the script. She's just, they set me up. They're like, Saturday morning, come in here. Here's your studio, the cameraman, blah, blah. And so I started off, I'm like, this is George with In My Opinion. And today we're going to review Space Camp, which must have been directed by NASA because it failed to take off. And this was right after Challenger blew up.
Oh no.
So she got a letter from NASA. Yeah. Yes. But the thing is, so then I did a couple of Christian films, and somebody in Slayer Nation found the link and sent it. And I'm like, I'm not playing it, because it was my first acting gig in a film. And I absolutely sucked, because I had done theater for 10 years. So everything I was doing was exaggerated. I was like Shatner to the 10th degree, because I was like, you got to project for the seats all the way in the back. So it was like, feel it.
Yeah. Dude, like early stuff is rough, man. I remember I this was like a few years ago. I went back and read some of my first like film scripts, and I was cringing, man. Like I was like, wow, was I this bad of a writer? Like, because
but Dante, you thought it was fire when you wrote it, right?
Oh,
You first wrote it.
I'm gonna tell you guys a secret, man. The very first script I ever wrote was it was a draft for a spinoff for Joss Whedon's Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Well,
no shit.
Well, it was a spinoff for Angel, not Buffy.
Wow.
Angel.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I remember sitting with Joss Whedon, and excited about the script, right? And I gave him the treatment for it, man. And he just kind of looked at me and smiled and was like, you know what, man, I'm going to think on this, but maybe you should just practice a little bit more, just write a few more things, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the nicest way of telling me I sucked, right?
Yeah.
But in my mind, I thought it was pure fire, man. I thought it was straight fire.
But here's the thing is too, though. I mean, like, the fact that he said, hey, why don't you go practice more, is pretty good, because a lot other people just laugh in your face and tell you suck and get out of the business, like,
you know what? Sure, but
don't give up your day job.
I'm thinking he didn't seem like he wanted to laugh as much as I felt like I was wasting his time.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like, I got the feeling like, he would have rather been somewhere else anyway. But then on top of that, reading this bad script, and believe me, I read it years later. It was bad. It was. I take full ownership of how bad it was. But
that's funny, man.
Yeah, it's your first stuff, man, is always going to be cringe.
Always sucks.
My first book, I thought I was fucking Shakespeare. 6 months later, I'm like, this is a piece of shit I wouldn't wipe my ass with. I was like, I have written the end all be all. And then I was like, what is that?
I was fortunate, like, when I learned about screenwriting and stuff, my teachers and like stuff did not mince words. They're like, you're gonna hear no a lot. If you can't handle hearing no, this is not the place for you. They're like, straight up, they're like, you can refund the classes right now if you can't handle the word no and walk, because you're gonna hear it a lot. And then after that, they said the other thing they told us was, your first stuff's gonna suck. It's not about being perfect at the get-go. They're like, some people write great scripts on their first go, and those scripts still suck compared to where they end up, They're like, you just got to keep going. You got to keep moving with it.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, and the other thing they told me was never write your baby. They said everybody goes, I have this great idea for a script, and it's the most amazing thing in the world, and then they hear the script sucks, and they go, well, but it's my baby. Like, I love everything about it. And they're like, well, that's too bad, man. Like, you'll never get anywhere. So
you know, when you write your baby, man, you got to play that so close to the chest. Like, you can't even, like, honestly, it's hard, because you want to write your best stuff first, right? Like, you want to put your best stuff out there, right? But at the same time, and see, this is what separates a great writer from everybody else, is a great writer knows when he's sitting on gold, right? So he's not going to just put it out there, right? He's going to protect that. He's going to put out some other stuff and hope you guys buy that shit. But he's not going to put his most important work out there for you.
Yeah,
Nope.
of course.
Nope.
Y'all really?
Yeah, I mean, I have scripts that I just wrote because I knew they were generic and not great, and they weren't ever going to be anything. But it's still good to get the writing experience, and also it's kind of nice. Like, to be honest, if I had a script that was garbage but it was a cool idea, I'd happily hand that off to somebody else to let them do it.
Yeah, so they can find too. Absolutely, I agree with it. I agree with it. Okay, I'll play you a second from it, and I will stop.
Here we go. Let's go. We got him.
Talk him into it.
Unbelievable. Again, this is an old movie.
That is some 80s hair, man.
Look at that.
Yeah, I was
that is
18, and there's a reason why I immediately grew a beard because I had a baby face. But again, acting sucks. But
George, what's the matter, man?
that's
Well, just about a half hour ago,
yeah. See, overacting.
everyone in John's car were broadsided by some
Okay, it's embarrassing.
truck.
Big truck. I have to say,
Screaming and running all around.
I told you, it's like
That's funny, man. Hey, listen, you got to start somewhere.
I know, but it's like I can't believe somebody dug this shit up.
Yeah, you always got to start somewhere, man.
Yeah.
You understand that the thing is I had been doing for years. It was theater, and so that was besides the movie reviews, which the movie reviews didn't act. It was just like what I thought when I was a kid. But when they had gotten me, yeah, James Kirk, absolutely. When they got me for that role, it's like the director kept saying, "You're not in a theater, dude. you have to tone it down." So I toned it down. He's like, "Now I don't know what the hell you're saying." He's like, "So give me more of this." And I'm like, "What do you want?" He's like, "That I want that." But he goes, "But you got to be sad." I said, "I don't know these fucking people." I said, "What's the character?" It's all about
motivation.
the whole. Yeah, it was all because again, we did Shakespeare since I was like sixth grade. So everything was, blocked and formatted and iambic pentameter. And so this was like the first thing. It was like, well, here you go. Like, what are my lines? Where am I blocked? They're like, excuse me. So they're like, you're going to walk in from here. You're going to come into here. That's your girlfriend. I'm like, she's ugly. And they're like, did I say that out loud? I was a shit. And I was like, okay. They're like, you got to act like you're in love. I'm like, ooh, that's going to be hard. Anyway, there's more.
That's why it's called acting.
Yes. But at that point, again, I used to look up to when I was acting back then, Brando. I was like, method. I loved them. It's like my drama teacher would be like, just learn how to fucking act, dude. Just learn how to act.
Yeah. Trying to emulate the greats or be the greats when you don't have any context for it is kind of a recipe for disaster. But
it was.
No, man, listen, I love it, dude. Like, you still have done more than most people. I meet people all the time that say that stuff. Oh, I know the script sucks, or I know, I wrote this idea and I know it's not good. It's like, even if it's not good, the fact is you're still above most people who never even start. A lot of people never ever write anything and never go anywhere with it. So
yeah, I think there is that old saying, everybody has a story in them. I do. I remember just being able to get it together and do. Yes, I did a Stella once.
The book that changed my life was at that time anyway was Robert Rodriguez's book Rebel Without a Crew. And it was like his whole him cataloging how he got El Mariachi done and how he had to not just sell blood but do these experimental medical things for money, because hey, remember, man, they used film back then and film was expensive. So that's why he had to do everything. He did everything in one shot because that's all he had. That's all the film he had. And it's an incredible book because if you're an aspiring filmmaker back in those days, especially if you're an indie filmmaker, he was kind of giving you the blueprint, right?
Yeah.
But he said a quote that I'll never forget, and I kind of took with me my whole journey of writing, and that was, look, man, no matter who you are, you got 10 bad movies in you. You got 10 bad movies in you. So just get them out now. Get the bad movies
Get them out of the
now.
way.
Yeah, get them out the way.
Absolutely.
Because you're going to have about 10 bad movies in you. So
Yeah. Yes, that was young George. That was 18-year-old George. That's why I have my beard. Somebody asked that because I have a baby face. And,
that's funny, man.
No bueno. All right, let's take a quick palate break since y'all probably threw up watching me when I was younger. But here we go. I think I've been looking forward to this movie for a while. It has, I think it's racked up 100 million views in 24 hours. The biggest music biopic trailer ever to be seen. I cannot wait. And I love the director. It's Fuqua, right?
Is that the same guy who did Bohemian Rhapsody?
No.
Okay.
No.
I just gotta say, I had the jacket. I did.
Wait. Which one?
The Thriller one.
The
red. I did. I had the pants. Of course, I only wore them on Halloween because I wore them out once, and I was like, "Yep."
I had the Beat It jacket.
To Beat It. Yeah.
There you go.
Hey, I went to his concerts. I loved Michael Jackson. I thought he was a phenomenal talent, beyond amazing. Really?
Yeah, that's Jermaine's son. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Playing his uncle.
They're using his nephew.
Yes, I did. Yes, I didn't have the glove. I did not go for the glove. It's just the jacket. So I was, 10, 12 years old.
I'm concerned about this movie, and I'm still going to watch it no matter what. But my only concern is that, I've been reading a lot that Paris Jackson, his daughter, is not signing off on this film.
Why?
And they called her in to be like an advisor kind of thing, and she said after a few days, she kind of didn't like the direction that they were kind of taking it. And I'm like, it's her father. So I kind of it makes me wonder, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't even know that. Yeah, that definitely is a little bit of a concern for sure.
What do you think they would have done to it?
Well, we don't know how far they're taking it in the story, right? Like, are they going to talk about the situation with the kids?
I don't think so. Come on, if you want to sell
I don't know. I don't know if they're going to hit on that or not. That's the thing.
Would you do that in a movie like this about his first, the first biopic like that from Fuqua? Is it Fuqua or Fuqua?
That's a great question, man.
I just don't think he would. I think he's too big of a. Because look at his resume. He did the Equalizers. He's done how many? Training Day.
Yeah, I mean, I would hope not, but
I don't think he's going to do it.
Verbal's right. You never know. You just don't know nowadays what the angle is. I mean, the fact is, Michael didn't have any. By the end of his life, he didn't have a lot of friends in the corporate offices. They didn't like him at all. So, is it this a chance to get vengeance, or is it hey, we're just going to try to honor the guy for real? I would like to believe it's the latter, but you just never know nowadays with Hollywood.
Fletcher just sent me. He'd said that it's a two-parter, and they will touch on the movie. Yeah, it will be touch on the second. It will touch on the trial in part 2.
Interesting.
That's a choice, man. That's a weird choice.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I would touch that with a 10-foot pole.
No. You saw
bad
Bruce
move.
Springsteen's. What was it? Just bombed 2 weeks ago. It came out.
I haven't seen the movie, but
I haven't. But
then again, I'm not a big Bruce Springsteen guy, so it wasn't meant for me anyway.
I liked about 3 or 4 of his early songs, but then he became a nutcase, and so whatever.
Yeah.
His
I
music
have nothing
was
against
good.
Bruce Springsteen, but I've never sat around going, man, I really wish they'd do a movie about this guy.
Yeah. I think it made $6 million globally on its opening weekend. I mean, that's how bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how bad
real
it did.
bad.
Yeah.
Yikes, man.
And y'all remember Sisu?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Looking forward to Sisu too, man.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
mine.
You killed hundreds of civilians.
Wait a minute, is that Stephen?
Family of a
No.
Finnish commando.
Stephen Lang?
Took revenge.
Yeah, I thought it was Stephen Lang, but no, it's the
Looks
original.
like to clean up your mess.
It does look like it is.
I think that is. Yeah, that's Stephen Lang.
Oh.
Sisu Road to Revenge. In theaters November 21st. Tickets on sale now. Rated R.
I think this is going to become like Taken, you know? Sisu 15, the way back out of hell with the devil's horns, you know, some shit like that.
Yeah, well, listen, man. As long as they're entertaining, I'm all about it. You know,
I am. It's just some stuff gets a little. I love Taken. I love the first one, the second one, but I think it was the fourth one. It's like, okay, dude.
Yeah, I got a little out there. Yeah, it was bad. You could tell Liam Neeson didn't want to do it anymore too, man. He was just kind of phoning it in after that.
He's like, I look at you. Go away. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Okay, who saw Predator Badlands?
I did.
All right.
Honest, I still haven't watched it. Like I know like I should, and I'm like I was curious, but man, when I start thinking about it, I was like, I'd rather go watch Frankenstein, and I'm like prioritizing. I'm like, man, I'd rather watch some of his other stuff. So I have not seen it yet. So
okay.
I've only heard about it, so I'm curious what you guys' thoughts are on it, though, for sure.
DA, you wanna?
Yeah, so I did my out of the theater review, and then I went and did my nightcap, my night stream, and talked about it. And my opinion is kind of changed a little bit, but it's pretty much still the same. It's not a Predator movie. All right, this is not a Predator movie, and like I was saying earlier, they should have just taken this idea and made something else with it and let Predator still remain Predator. However, it's a watchable movie. You can watch it. You're not going to hate yourself at the end like, man, I just watched trash. Like, you're going to say, hey, it was all right, but it's not a Predator movie. And I think that's the biggest problem that this thing has, is that it doesn't tap into what made Predator great. It's kind of doing its own thing. And then I don't really like some of the choices that they made with what they did. Like, obviously, Elle Fanning's in it as a synth. So they're, still playing in the Alien.
Was it Wulan Wutani? I can never say that.
Weyland Yutani. Yeah. So Weyland Yutani. And they're kind of the villains in this situation, which they've always been, obviously. But the thing I don't like about this Predator is that it's too jokey. It's too much.
Yes, that's what.
There's too much comedy in it, and it's like I didn't go to the Predator. I don't go to Predator movies to laugh. It feels like what Disney does with all of these franchises. It Disneyfies them. It turns them into fun films. It's fun for the whole family. Everybody's gonna laugh and walk out of the theaters feeling great. That's what this movie basically does. And like I said, if it's in its own franchise, it's fine. But if you're a Predator fan, like I came up in the original, I want something closer to that than what we got. But yeah, it's got a little bit of girl boss. It's got a cute alien in it. It's like, why are we doing cute aliens in a Predator movie? This is dumb. If you took the cute alien and the wisecracking synthoid out, it's actually good. It's actually a good movie. Yeah. Predator's Big Adventure. I go back to this. Like I said this in my out of the or not in my out of the theater, but in the stream. They could have kept those two elements out and went with a hardcore story about a predator or a Yautja who lands on an alien world. There's no dialogue. All right. It's like Apocalypto. No dialogue. And he's just kind of working his way through this jungle planet, fighting off all of these crazy, beasts and different, like the environment's attacking him and everything's trying to kill him. And he's got to work his way to accomplish his mission. And Weyland Yutani is out there kind of doing the exact same thing. But, again, no synthoids that are cracking jokes. It's just, it's just an action movie. And I think that would have been 10 times better than what they gave us, Yep. So I say it's still super mid, as a movie. But as a Predator movie, it's like a 1 out of 10. It's not a Predator movie. Yeah, it's terrible.
I would agree. If you judge it as a Predator movie, I would give it a 1 out of 10. If you judge it as a buddy cop movie, which is not supposed to be, kind of like Rush Hour, I felt like it was Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan in a way, but just
that's exactly. Yeah,
and that's not what I want in Predator, because we watched. Vex told me, like, go watch all the Predator movies. So I rewatched all the Predator films, and I realized that nothing beats Predator with Schwarzenegger,
Right.
And But I did enjoy Predators because I hadn't seen that in years. The one with Adrian Brody.
Predators is solid, man. I
enjoyed
Predators.
It had
I like Predator 2 as well, but
it had the closest feel to me to the original more than to me Predator 2. And then I saw I don't know which the hell the one is called, where they're in Antarctica and you have
Alien versus Predator.
Is that the one where
that's Alien versus Predator? I think
Alien versus Predator. Which I'm gonna be honest, I also love Alien versus Predator.
Yeah, it's a fun popcorn film. I did not like Requiem. I hated that.
Requiem was terrible.
The second one was terrible.
That was just
the
shit.
Rastafarian alien. Yeah, that's not.
And I didn't like the one with the kid. I'm like, what is the kid doing in here in this?
Yeah, that one's also terrible. That's the Predator. Yeah, that one's
the Predator.
Trash. Yeah, where they're like, autism is a superpower. Yeah,
it's evolution. That's what she said. The next stage of evolution. Some people think. Oh. I haven't seen
next stage
Prey.
of evolution is counting macaroni pieces on the kitchen floor.
I think Prey is better than this.
Okay, I haven't seen Prey. That's the last one I haven't seen.
Okay.
But Badlands for me, I enjoyed the first 15 minutes.
The first 20 minutes.
So we're solid to me. We're solid for me.
I was locked in. I was like, oh, this is going to be good. And then the girls and the synth shows up. And then at that point, it went way downhill, man, for me anyway. It didn't pick up again until, they finally shut her up. So when she finally shuts up, and it's like, okay, now it's a good movie again.
Yeah, I felt like it was getting into that kind of like, again, between Rush Hour and Bridget Jones' Diary needs to bone a Yautja. Like I was like waiting for him to like hump her. I don't know. It was weird. It was just the weird. I was like, what are y'all doing? And then the Wailing Yutani thing. I'm like, I don't remember that in any of the Predator movies except for the Predator versus Aliens. I don't know if that works with Alien, whichever one. I don't know if that works well. I think they should focus on one thing, but.
I don't mind them sharing a universe together. I think it's actually kind of cool. They just haven't been able to execute it right now.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen Prey, and people keep telling me Prey is good. I don't know. Vex was telling me Prey really does bad service to the Comanches. Like they don't come out as the fierce warriors are supposed to be. But I haven't seen it.
And believe it or not, man, like that in the right hands, those franchises, even though I have a thing where I think franchises need to die. That still had it had. I don't know if it still does. It still does. It has some legs to it, man. I mean, people still loved Aliens. They still love Predator. There was a way to do this, man. Like even like Mortal Kombat, 10. They had guest characters that were the Predator and the Aliens, and because of that game, like once they announced that DLC, it added like another like 1 or 2 million to sales. Just from adding those two characters, right? So, and my point is that there is a market for these characters still, but they're just not in the right hands.
Well, what do you think about Schwarzenegger now? Is in discussion. World of Real picked up so the deadline that he's to come back in the Predator film. I'm like, what's he gonna do at 80?
What's the point? Like,
what's he gonna do? A follow up.
Okay, look, man. I grew up on Schwarzenegger. Love his films.
Man, me too.
The guy is too old for this shit.
But he's still in shape.
No, George.
No,
like,
not for this.
Not the kind of shape you need to be to do these kind of movies, man. Like these films are they're physical, And Schwarzenegger is like 70 with heart problems. I don't think there's,
I'm going to tell you what, y'all are going to be shocked. 2026, I say this every week, but I'm keeping a list, is the year of the reboot and recycle. Expendables 5 is coming out. Stallone has signed on. Because he wasn't
that doesn't surprise me.
I know, but they're looking at Predator. Gremlins 3 yesterday announced it's coming out. Like they gave the release date, November 7th, 2028. And they're getting Chris Columbus to shoot instead of
and supposedly we're supposed to be getting Barbarella. So
Barbarella. Oh, wait. You're getting Man on Fire again.
Wow.
It'll be the third remake, which I still think Denzel's is the ultimate. Even over
are we getting like Toy Story? Isn't that coming out too?
Yes, Toy Stories. I went through everything.
Look at this crap, man.
If you just see, Clue is coming out. They're doing Clue.
Yeah, they're doing
another Clue. It's going to be with and Ryan Reynolds is doing a reboot of a Clint Eastwood movie.
But you know what? We can't say 2026 is going to be the year of that. And then it's been the year of that for the past like 10 years.
The last 5 years has been.
But it's 37 of them. We haven't had 37. Like, where are there 37? It's no. And then Schwarzenegger's like, hey, and Cliffhanger, Rambo prequel.
Oh, that's right. They're doing
Scarface.
another Cliffhanger.
Scarface. They already cast
crazy, dude.
Except in this Cliffhanger, it's a female lead instead of Stallone. So
Stallone refused to be a part of it.
do you see why Hollywood's dying now? Do y'all understand?
It is, but
why
is
Hollywood dying? Everybody said, why is Hollywood dying? Oh, maybe it's because you guys keep going back 30, 40 years and remaking everything. It's like, why don't you try making something new for a change, new things? And then, oh, wow, you saw what happened with anime this year. Demon Slayer took off. Chainsaw Man took off. Everybody's, talking about Solo Leveling is going to get them new. It's like, because they're giving new things, because they're making new things. And the younger generations, they don't want to go and watch what I grew up, like Gremlins. I grew up with Gremlins.
Me
Gremlins,
too.
okay?
Yeah.
That's not what my kids want to watch. They want to watch something that was made with them. They want their own Gremlins. Make their own Gremlins. Make their own Ghostbusters.
But then they
Mike, am I wrong? Mike, am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. No. I mean, that's
what's going on here, man? Why is Hollywood so intent on remaking the past instead of telling us what's coming in the future?
Because they don't have anybody talented enough to write any good stories. It's gone. Like they got rid of everybody that had any talent. I was talking about this recently with a buddy of mine who works in the film industry. He straight up told me, he goes, there are techniques and things, filmmaking techniques and filmmaking, artistry that is gone now. Nobody knows how to do it. Everybody's so used to CGI
because they didn't carry it forward from the old people teaching the new. Is that what's happening?
Well, think about it. Think about it for film. Just correct me if I'm wrong, Mike, not to interrupt you. I had told you I want to make my short film. I told you that last year. And I had originally wanted to do it in film until I found out there's only one film processor left in the country. And you need to basically sell both kidneys, liver,
yes,
and a lung. It's like Tarantino's the only one left who uses film because he can afford it. And they said it was like $200,000 a minute to process it. I was like, $200,000 a minute for film.
Yeah.
So who's going to carry that tradition on when Tarantino's done?
Hopefully it's a cycle. There are going to be indie guys that come up, and I'm not just talking about myself, like other people too, that are going to go back and go, hey, I figured out if you do this, this, and this, it looks really cool. And people go, yeah, it's always looked that way. If you had just, asked, and there's going to be some people that do reach out to some of these Hollywood types, that are no longer in the industry and say, hey man, I mean, dude, I've met numerous people now that used to work in the industry and said, hey, I got out of it because I realized, I wasn't down with all the DEI stuff, and I wasn't down with the direction they were going with things and all the CGI and how expensive it all was. And it just wasn't what I wanted to do. It wasn't what I signed on for, when I started. I think that we'll get a lot of reboots and stuff, and will continue because they're so risk averse, and they got rid of all the talent, and they've hired a bunch of people that have no writing ability whatsoever and no skill as writers, and once again, like we were just talking about earlier, a lot of these people are writing passion projects, and their passion projects are like, girl boss, saves the day, or black man experiences racism, news at 11, and like they don't have anything else to go with. So
I mean, it's a little more devious than that too, man. Like people, we can ask the question of why don't they do new things like all day, right? The problem is that it's not even just an issue of them being lazy. It's not an issue of them being uncreative or uninspired. This is all planned out, man. The thing is, they want to keep making these remakes and reboots so that they can keep gender swapping, race swapping, right? They want to keep pushing the message with little risk, right? So they take an old property that we all love, but just race and gender swap all the characters, right? That's their way of having their cake and eating it too. So they thought.
But it makes no money. That's the problem.
That's the problem. Is they realize that people are pretty fond of their fandoms, man, and they don't like a lot of change when it comes to it. If you're gonna make a change, it needs to be a smart change. It can't be, hey, we're gonna make this character black just because.
Yeah.
Just for shits and giggles, right?
Well, yeah.
And what they're doing, Dante, is they're destroying the franchises that they're using.
Yes.
So they like we were talking about earlier, they have absolutely destroyed Star Trek. They've destroyed it. For anybody to love Star Trek now, you got to go all the way back to the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. You got to go back to the original stuff. If you watch anything original or any of the current Star Trek right now, you're like, why did this series ever take off to begin with? This is dumb. Like, I don't like this. Like, the next thing, what's the next thing that's coming up? It's a TV. Is it a TV series or a movie?
The Academy, the
Star Trek Academy.
Yeah,
I think that's the death blow. I think that's the finishing move for Star Trek.
You mean the Klingon in the dress? Yes.
The Klingon in the dress.
Yeah, Klingon in the dress.
That's
I couldn't believe it,
warrior
man.
race.
Bruh, I think that is the absolute death blow for that franchise, and they're gonna have to reset because I think nobody's coming for that. Nobody cares about that.
But it's
I
going
don't understand.
to go the way of Doctor Who, man. Like Doctor Who is dead,
just canceled,
beyond dead. Star Trek is going to be in that same boat.
I don't disagree, man. I really don't.
I didn't even say
why
that.
Not take, well, I was just gonna say, like, why not take an idea and make something new out of it? Like, why? I get it. They want to make money. They want to keep these franchises going. Okay, let's use Star Trek to do our Star Trek Academy movie or TV show, or whatever the hell it is, and let's do that instead of like letting this thing live and breathe on its own merits. Where it's like, hey, if we got good writing, if we have really good writing, good storytelling, and good characters, this thing will work. But if we don't, then let's attach it to a legacy franchise, and let's hope that gets the job done. What ultimately ends up happening is they destroy the legacy franchise. You know, like that. To me, that's brain dead.
Well, that's because the message is more important than profit, right? I mean, that's right. The thing. The message is more important to them. And for a while, you know, they were getting bailed out, right? They were getting bailed out by companies like BlackRock and Vanguard and all those companies.
Yeah.
So they were, you know, they were living pretty well. They didn't care about the flops because, you know, they were being subsidized by these other companies. Problem is now that Trump is in office and things have changed, they're not getting the kind of funding that, you know, they thought they were going to get, or at least the backing they thought they were going to get. So now they're eating these losses bad.
Yes,
and now they're trying to make a comeback now.
It's costing them real money. Well, you also have Jurassic World reboot, the sequel, not reboot, sorry, has been greenlit. I didn't even know it made money. I'm like, who watches that shit?
Made a lot of money.
But who watches that crap? It was horrible.
The people that watch that, but the people that watch that, they just people that like dinosaurs, man. Like, I just,
it doesn't matter.
Honestly, yeah. If I told my kid, yo, we're gonna go see a movie about dinosaurs, you know what he's saying to me? Heck yeah, Dad, let's go do it. Yeah, like, a lot of people just like that's the other thing too. Is like sometimes, and this is not to be disparaging of people,
right?
But the reality is, most audience members just want to be entertained.
Yeah.
And sometimes they don't want a complex plot. They don't like a lot of audience members don't care about plot holes. This is actually like I wouldn't say it's a new thing, but I would say that it's more new now or more prominent now that we have the internet, that people go, oh, this movie has a lot of plot holes, or this movie has a lot of this. A lot of 80s movies that are considered classics have plot holes.
Of course,
you didn't care. It's a suspension of suspension of disbelief. You want to watch this and you want to be entertained and you want to enjoy it. And as long as there isn't something super glaring about it, you don't really care as long as the story and the feeling is there.
Exactly.
And a lot of these new writers, and the reason they don't have any talent is because they're so obsessed with trying to craft something that is flawless, a perfect story that doesn't have any plot holes and issues. A lot of writers get hung up on that stuff, and it goes, that doesn't matter as much as like the feeling. You know, and it's also why when you look at prequels, a lot of these prequel shows and movies try to answer questions from the previous stories because those writers don't like that they don't have answers. Because a lot of these people are fanfic writers who I want to know more about the extended universe. And I'm like, I don't care what color socks Doctor Who wears. You know?
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't care about any of that stuff. What I care about is what are these characters up to now, you know?
Yes.
So I think that we're going to get away from that. And the fact is, Jurassic Park, real simple formula. Dinosaurs, people, people get eaten by dinosaurs.
I love it. I love it. Look, I'm one of the target audience because dinosaurs eating people has always been a thing for me. I love it. I can't get enough of it. I go to every Jurassic Park movie. I've been there day one, and I love it. And I turn my brain off. I leave it outside in the car, and I just walk in, and I just have a great time.
Did you like the last one? Did you like? Because I love Jurassic. The first one, come on, it's a classic. That's a great story. It hooked you in. You got entertainment, suspension of disbelief. You're out there, but it seems like they got just
okay, wait. The last one, the Scarlett Johansson one, I was kind of like, Dominion. I love Dominion.
I haven't
when they brought the old guys back, Sam Neill and all them guys came back. I loved it because again, that just reminded me of the first one. But then at the same time, I'm like, I'm just watching dinosaurs attacking and eating everybody in sight, and I'm good with that. I don't necessarily need a plot for that. I don't need. And then I saw what was the one that this guy came out with the Vietnam and the Vietnam War with the Jurassic. It was Jurassic World, basically, or Jurassic Park in Vietnam. Shit, what was the name of it?
No clue.
I saw that one, man. That one was like Primal War
Amazon,
or something like that. Primitive War.
Primitive War, yeah.
Oh, that was so awesome, man. And again, didn't have a great plot. Didn't matter. I was here for, and this was Jurassic World on steroids because now you're seeing all the blood because it was rated R. So you're seeing all the blood. You're seeing people getting ripped to shreds by dinosaurs. It was phenomenal, man. And so to me, there's certain, like what Mike is saying, sometimes you could just have a movie, just, hey, man, just entertain the crowd. It doesn't matter if this is a great plot. It doesn't matter how many plot holes it has in it. Entertain me. Entertain me, and that's what Hollywood can't do anymore, man.
I say it all the time. My favorite movie is The Warriors, man. This movie had 15 minutes of dialogue. Okay?
And they were making it.
But it's just a classic film, man, that I love watching. And when I think about it too, man, like there was a movie from the 80s. What's the 80s or 90s? There was a movie called Night of the Comet, right?
Oh God, yeah. Oh my God, that was awesome.
Oh, that's dope,
just two hot chicks who survived the apocalypse and it's goofy as hell, but you know what?
One lucky dude.
I was entertained every time.
It was entertaining.
What about Cherry 2000? Remember that?
Which one?
Cherry 2000.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Stuff like that was just popcorn flick. You used to have like Beastmaster and
Beastmaster. Come on, Mark.
See, this is the thing. We grew up on that and we loved it, and that's what to me. That's why I was saying, make these new, like, take the idea that you had for Predator Badlands and do something different with it. Quit trying to piggyback off of Predator because you're afraid that you're not gonna, like, in the 80s, there was all kind of movies that didn't make money. But we just got a cornucopia of great, different ideas, all kinds of stuff. It's like, oh, that was a flop. But you know what? I liked it. It worked for me. Lower the budget on some of these movies and just go for it. Go for it. Make something interesting. Do something new. Because the younger generations, they are not checking for Hollywood no more. They got TikTok, they got Instagram, they got YouTube, they got Twitch, anime, they got everything else. And they're not going to theaters. And the reason they're not going to theaters is because Hollywood wants to give us 37 sequels.
Yeah.
There's a couple of reasons. They're not going because the movies are bad. They're also going because it's $20 a pop.
Yeah,
right?
That's expensive.
These kids aren't dropping $20 a pop on a movie.
Nope.
Yeah, but we used to have that all the time. Every week you'd have, or every other week, you'd always have a Lady Hawk, a Time Bandit.
Time Bandit. Yeah.
Well, I think the thing is, like, the path forward is not going to be a popular one, but, like, you kind of have to retrain audiences to enjoy movies again. And I don't mean that as a bad thing, but, like, the thing is, audiences have been trained, like, to not actually care about movies. They've been trained to consume the movie and then move on. That's why Disney drops, had, like, what, at one point, like 25 movies in 1 year or something, like all under the Disney umbrella with the different IPs they own. It's like, you can't, that's untainable, man. You can't keep up with all of that stuff, but
and like, especially putting Pedro on all of them.
Yeah. We need to get back to, like, 90-minute movies. That's the unfortunate part of it is, too, a lot of audience members don't want to sit there for 2.5 hours. We need to get back to a bunch of short 90-minute films that have an interesting concept, get in, get out, and then move on. And it sucks,
look, Mike, what'll happen is some of those will turn into franchises because they'll be like, oh, that one was really good, and everybody will love it, and it'll turn into a franchise, and then you can start doing a couple of sequels with that. But don't get to the point where we're doing legacy sequels 40 years later. To me, that's crazy.
You have to move on.
Like, who's filled Clint Eastwood's shoes? Like, he would do Firefox or Dirty Harry, or it was always some. We don't have anybody.
We don't have any of that anymore, man. Like, don't get me wrong, we have some talented actors that are still around. I think Austin Butler is good. I think that Glenn Powell is good. I mean, there's some.
You think Glenn Powell can fill Schwarzenegger or Stallone shoes with Running Man?
No,
find out next week.
I think the days of the action star are dead for now, right? Maybe
I watched Tulsa King this morning when it came out, and I saw Stallone. I was like, still Stallone rocking. I mean,
dude, you know what? That's why we have a Mortal Kombat movie coming out. Where Carl Urban, who's like 60, is playing Johnny Cage. And it's like, I'm like, you guys really find a younger, fit actor who could play Johnny Cage. You're going to Carl Urban, who I love, by the way.
Yeah,
I love this man, but he is 60 fucking years old, like playing Johnny Cage.
That's wild. It's sad, but now we also have this. Who's a fan of The Thing? Anybody a fan of The Thing?
Oh, the original?
The original.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Man.
Yeah.
That's part of the Kurt Russell trifecta, man.
One of the greatest horror movies ever made.
There's John Carpenter, who once said a few years ago he would rather stick popsicles in his eyes, watch NBA, and do something else which I can't say on screen before ever going back to make movies. And this week he shared an update on something he's working on.
Are you going to make a sequel to The Thing? Has that been asked before?
We're working on it now.
And
wait, with Kurt Russell?
He didn't say, and he doesn't say in the rest of it, but I kind of got down. The problem is they're working on the sequel. Do you want that? Because we've seen Ridley has hit the bed with his sequels with Gladiator, and
all these guys need to retire, man. Look, these are guys who I respect in the industry, right?
Yeah,
I respect Ridley Scott, Coppola, John Carpenter's the master at what he does, man. I just wish they would retire. Just retire, man. Like let your work breathe on its own. Like it doesn't need sequels.
Yep. You completed your body of work. You did your job. You did amazing work. John Carpenter is a legend, man.
He is. And remember how much they shit on him.
Legendary status up, man.
I
the only thing you can
remember
do at this point is hurt yourself.
I don't want a sequel to it because you remember how Siskel and Ebert were saying the worst film ever made. It's too bloody, too gory, too this, I mean, they were like ragging on everything. It is. It became a classic. But now he wants to go back and do it.
Certain movies shouldn't be touched, man. I was pissed when they did Escape from LA because I was like, dude, why would you even touch that? Escape from New York was a perfect movie.
Yeah. And now they're doing Escape from New York with a girl, the reboot.
Yep.
Are they really?
Yeah, they're doing it with a girl. Yep. Next year.
They're never going to stop with that, man. Yeah.
We can't have nice things.
Nope.
Escape from LA to me, you know how excited I was having this conversation with Man of War, I think 3 days ago. When I saw the trailer for it, it's like as soon as you could buy tickets back then, I went and bought tickets. I went to Maryland Cinema. I got ready. I was there day one. And when I saw, I was like, what the fuck is this? It was like a spoof.
Yeah.
The surfing with Peter Fonda. I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
What is this shit?
That movie broke me in places, man. Like
I need a puppet to show my pain.
I was like, why did Kurt Russell sign up for this, man?
I don't know. Yeah. It was just horrible.
He must have had a new baby coming along, and he needed some money, man. It was
like,
I
need cash right now, man.
And then Disney is about to repeat the same mistake that they made with Snow White.
No way. Can't imagine that.
Wow.
Right, Disney doing something wrong? No way.
Disney reportedly planning a live action remake of 66-year-old animated classic. Let me cut right down to the details. They're remaking supposedly Sleeping Beauty, except it's going to be set in Mexico about Mexican Sleeping Beauty.
Oh yeah, Aurora, right?
I want to believe these are just rumors, man.
No,
and they're not this stupid.
Yeah, they are.
No, they are.
Yeah, because the changes they're talking about are the exact same things in the same language that they describe Snow White. The thing is they got shellacked for that, humiliated all over the planet.
You know what's crazy too is like there was like a lot of great Mexican folklore that they could play with and bring new Mexican Disney princesses to the screen.
Yep.
You know what? I think they're doing this out of spite. They're doing it out of spite. They're pissed off that Snow White didn't get the reception that they thought it would. So they're like, you know what? We're gonna make another character Mexican.
Yep.
Right?
I don't think you're wrong. Yeah.
No, I agree. Well, on a
this is a spite move.
It has to be. On a positive note, one negative, one positive. I don't know if anybody saw this. We don't have a couple more things, and we'll check out of here. It's Legos, but it was cool as hell because we talked about Star Trek earlier. It's
saw this, dude.
It is the new Star Trek Next Generation Lego set.
Yeah,
Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Its continuing mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations.
Oh, that's dope. I like that.
I love it, dude. Yeah. I've said this many times. The Star Trek ship designs are some of my favorite. In any sci-fi thing. I love the Star Trek ships. So yeah, Lego Enterprise, like Galaxy class starship and stuff. Yeah, I'm all for it. Like, yeah.
Hey Vex. Hey Vex, great to see you. What do you think about the Space 1999 ships? You ever seen those?
Space 1999.
You don't remember
I don't
that?
think so.
I don't remember that.
Oh,
have to look them up.
Space 1999. Yeah, but I love this ship.
I'm all
But
for some good ship
isn't
porn, man.
that ship going for like $400 or something insane?
Yeah,
like that?
it's like $300 or $400. Yeah, it's expensive.
That's
Yeah.
crazy work, man.
Yeah, it's very expensive.
You got to give it to Lego, man. Like they know how to make money, I guess, because
they do.
Yeah.
What do y'all think about what Jeff Bridges said? It's this third time he said it in 3.5 weeks. Sorry, I cut y'all off because I was I was thinking about how much it would be, and I got somebody just sent me a message. It's $150. Somebody said it's $350 for the Star Trek, and it kind of like took my mind. I was like, how much is it?
I don't think Jeff Bridges actually cares about this. I think for him, he got his paycheck. He's good.
Why do you think he won't shut up about it? Because he keeps saying that it could be remembered as a masterpiece, just like films that people hated of his, which are now considered masterpieces.
I mean,
it's like he keeps pushing it.
There's probably a little ego involved, right? There's a little, little hurt feelings. A little, I mean, it could be some of that, or the studio asking for a favor. Right?
Oh, okay. Yep. That's it. Okay, well, that makes sense.
That's the thing. Yeah, because if Jeff Bridges is saying, hey, man, you guys should like this movie, like maybe it'll lend some credence to it. Maybe it'll shut some things down. The other part of this, like that Hollywood is doing that, I mean, we've all talked about it, but a lot of people don't realize is that spin machine is up, man. They got to discredit these YouTubers, these online basement dwellers who keep, destroying our reputation. I mean, we just saw it with Ryan Johnson being like, I those guys had no effect on my trilogy. Who cares what the fans are saying, it's like
that's where you're at saying in the movies in the making.
He's like, I don't think they had any effect on my trilogy being made. Like, it's just we haven't had the timing for it and stuff. But they're definitely listening. They've been listening for a long time, and they spent a lot of money. Like a lot of money trying to discredit the people that have been some of their most outspoken critics, people that have access to things and insider information that they're not supposed to have, and stuff like, I mean, yeah.
Think of how much easier it would be, Mike, if they just made a good film. We'd all be cheering. They'd have
everybody. We would be their biggest supporters. Are you kidding me, man? Come on. But see, but the funny thing is, and this is the thing I always got to preface, that YouTube, even though YouTube can be very big and a lot of people watch YouTube, it is still a very small portion, a small corner of the overall global marketplace. And so if something's failing, it's not failing because of YouTubers. It's failing because it's trash. All right. Like I go straight to The Acolyte. The Acolyte was absolute dog shit.
Oh yeah.
If you look at how many videos were made off of The Acolyte and everything, it's hilarious. All right. A lot of people dog walked it, but the biggest YouTuber, if you want to talk about, like, I don't know who the biggest YouTuber in our space is, probably Nerdrotic, Critical Drinker, somebody like that.
Yep.
They're only like 2 million subs, 3 million subs tops. How many people are in the world? All right. And people actually went and watched The Acolyte. The Acolyte first couple of weeks had decent ratings. After that second episode, it fell off a cliff. And that means that people who didn't watch us at all, who didn't watch all of these channels, didn't watch YouTube, they watched The Acolyte and they checked out. They said, nah, this ain't Star Wars. I'm out. I'm done. And they had no idea. There's still people I run into today. I talk about, I do a YouTube channel. You guys heard of this guy, that guy? They're like, I have no idea who these people are. But they watch movies, they watch TV shows. Not everybody is locked into our corner of YouTube. Not everybody knows about us.
Right.
And so people are just legitimately going out, watching movies on their own, watching television shows on their own, and they're saying, this is trash, I'm done. But they're trying to blame the YouTubers and say, oh, it's the YouTubers' fault. Oh, it's the toxic fan bros. Oh, it's all of these guys that are the ones tearing these movies down. Like, no. It's you. Your movie is trash. We're just telling everybody the movie's trash. But ultimately, at the end of the day, a lot of people don't know who we are. And so people are just legitimately experiencing the movie on their own or the TV show on their own, and they're checking out.
But
that's how I see it.
They spend a lot of money. They've always have. I mean, marketing. They spend a lot of money convincing people their movie's good. They've always done that. I mean, that's why the marketing budget's so big right now. And once again, word of mouth has kind of outpaced marketing in a lot of ways. And word of mouth on YouTube, if you reach out and do a video and say this movie's really good, or this movie really sucks, and 20,000 people of the 900,000 that watched your video listen, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money to your market, at the end of the day. No, it's, it's not the global, broad audience, but the hardcore people, the hardcore audience, they're not just watching your movies. They're buying your toys. They're buying merchandise. They're gonna stick around for a long time. They're writing things. That's the other thing about this thing with like not answering all the questions and stuff. Fanfic gets a bad rap now, but back in the day, that kind of speculation, that kind of thing, also kept these franchises alive for years. Like, look at all the compendiums that people online were writing for Star Trek. Oh man, how does the ship work? How do you think this technology works? And these nerds on this stuff. Yeah, and Star Wars, man.
And Lord of the Rings, Hobbit, you name it.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
It keeps those franchises alive for decades, if not longer. So
100%. You know what? There's even fanfic and I couldn't believe it. Somebody sent it to me 6 months ago. A show that I used to watch as a kid, Bionic Man. I didn't know people continued. I didn't know people continued that like throughout the years. There's like little groups. I'm like, holy shit! There's hundreds of stories of the Bionic Man.
Yep, $6 Million Man. I watched that man.
That's
and I loved it.
I did. I used to have I used to have that toy with you could look through his head.
Through the eye.
I always lost the damn rubber on his arm where you'd pull it off. Well, one of the last subjects we're going to cover real quick is Stranger Things because it's coming out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I just thought before we get into the actual trailer and what they're doing, we just take a look at season 1's premiere picture and today. I know it's a little small if you can see, but you can see how everybody looks. This is when they first started. Can I get that bigger? Damn it. Come on. Open image, new tab. Made it bigger. There we go. Hold on. Let me get a new picture because that picture's way too small for anybody to see. What's interesting about it is, okay, you bastard. What the fuck? It's the same.
I believe in you, George. All right.
Yeah.
I don't know. You got this.
Well, see, he looks like he's in the middle. There we go.
Yeah.
So there they are. Man. Season 1 premiere, right? Normal kids.
Babies.
We have a girl who looks like she belongs on a stripper pole on the right. We got this guy who's about as fucked up as his character, wearing a belt on the outside of his jacket. I don't know what's wrong with him. He looks pretty much the same, so he's cool. Nosy is pretty much nosy, and whatever that is, he looks cool. And okay, there's something wrong with. She looks like she's 40 years old, and she's like 20.
They've been trying. As soon as that girl turned 18, man, they could not wait to get that makeup slapped on her. I like Millie Bobby Brown. I actually think she's very talented. I just think she's been in the wrong hands for a long time. I mean, you know, the fact that like Hollywood didn't like lose their minds about like the fact that Drake was texting her when she was like 16, talking to her about boys and stuff. Oh my gosh, yeah, that's like she talked about it because she didn't know any better. She was like, "Oh yeah, me and Drake talk all the time. I'm a huge fan of his music and stuff. And yeah, we talk about boys and blah blah and all this stuff. And it's like, why are you talking to this girl? Like, you know, yeah. If I found out some 30-year-old man was talking to my daughter, it's on site, bro. Like, and I'm gonna make it on site.
Could you imagine P. Diddy's like, yeah, I talked to her too. Drake and I were tag teaming her.
Yeah,
it was on one side. No, that's disgusting.
They could not wait for her to turn 18 so they could do this to her, you know? And it's
I
sad.
just want to know why she looks so different. That's all. It was that all plastic surgery. Or
I don't think she's gotten surgery, man. I think she's just, you know, I don't get me wrong. I think she does a lot of things with her face makeup wise, but
she looks older. She's 21 years old.
Yeah, it's just a lot of makeup and stuff like that.
She's what, 21, 22? How old is she?
Barely.
21 or 22.
Yeah, 21 or 22. Barely.
I mean, she's married already. She's married and about to adopt a kid. She's a grown ass woman. I mean,
I know, but usually when you would see people who age that quickly, you would say like they had been going at it rough in life.
I think a lot of it is makeup. I really do, and maybe there's some cosmetic surgery there. Maybe they push for that pretty hard.
I mean, she's definitely no Tara Reid. I'm gonna put it to you like that. I mean, I have seen Tara Reid, you know, personally in real life, you know, coming off a bender, right? And at 22, she looked like she was like 50, you know. So I mean, she doesn't look that bad. She's no
Sydney Sweeney. She's no Sydney Sweeney. Sydney Sweeney looks the same.
Yeah, but again, we're talking.
I don't care about her looks. All I'm saying is, I just have a question. They all look like they age normally. I just was curious, how is it that she looks so different? That was my only really reason.
No, and that's a good question because honestly,
I just don't get it.
I don't really know either, like why. And honestly, she doesn't look, and maybe because to me she doesn't look that different. Like I mean, she looks older, but she doesn't look like, you know,
like they all look older.
She doesn't look you know what it is? She doesn't look like Renee Zellweger, where she's completely unrecognizable.
Oh no! I don't mean like that. Yeah, no.
But also, like, well, I mean, if you look at how she's dressed too, so like all those kids are kind of dressed like you would expect younger kids to dress. There's always, you know, like a belt around your stomach.
What
or
the
like
hell is that? Weird belt on the outside shit.
Who knows, man? You know,
I mean, but they all dress wedgie from the outside. That's what I want to do. I'm like, that makes it easier. Lift his ass up in the air,
right? But they make her. They dress them all like they're kids that are kind of just trying to like experiment with style and stuff. She's probably of all of them the most sophisticatedly dressed. I mean, there's definitely a push there to make her look more sophisticated and make her look, you know, a certain way and stuff like that. Because for people that don't know how, they all have handlers. They all have people that are standing there, you know, saying, "Hey, this is how we got to dress and this is how we want you to look on the red carpet and stuff." You know.
Right. She just looks like
they all have handlers,
but she's auditioning. She looks like she's auditioning for like Real Housewives of Winebox. I don't know. It's just like
they might be saying that they might want her to do that. They might want her to be that sophisticated, like you know, person that they can kind of market that to in roles and stuff. You know, make her look a little bit more mature. I'm happy for her that she got married. I love that she's adopting a kid. I'm like, listen, man, good for you. Like, get out there and do your thing because that's the thing that like we're not hearing a lot about is the fact that a lot of these kids and a lot of these young women now are wanting to get married and wanting to have families and stuff. And that was something that they talked to. I mean, they ran that down for a long time. They didn't want them that was like not the thing. It was focus on your career, you know, for a long time.
I agree with. I'm glad you shared that with me. The only thing I would say is
that's good.
Look how long they waited. Does she or any of them look like they're seniors in high school?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, it used to be like the 28-year-old could still play in the high school. You know,
Right.
like what's her name?
Well, yeah, like
Elijah
from
Wood.
Clueless. What was the name? Homegirl from Clueless. He was like 29 when she was in Clueless.
Yeah.
Oh,
black chick.
the
God,
black one, the one that played
Lark Voorhees. Lark Voorhees. Like she was like 29. Clueless.
Oh, that's Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, wait.
Lark
Voorhees. I thought she was in Clueless.
No, that's the other black chick.
Hey, they don't know.
Oh, Stacey Dash. Yeah, she was 29 or something like that in Clueless, playing a high school kid. Like that's what we're used to.
I think they all were though. Like Alicia Silverstone was like
Alicia Silverstone. That's what I was.
She was in her 20s too. Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
I was just tripping off like this woman is damn near 30.
They're remaking that as well.
She's still in high school.
Oh, I'm not surprised. Yeah, that doesn't surprise
But see,
me.
now that's good. Like you said, Mike, she's settling down. I like to see that. That's going to be a good role model going forward for young ladies. It's like, hey, you can go ahead and still do your career and have a family, get married, settle down, have a child. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, it's the exact opposite of what I was going to show y'all in a few minutes. Stevie Nicks, who was saying if she hadn't had her abortion, she did a big interview this week, says, I have a platform. I realize I got to fight for women, and I had an abortion at the height of Fleetwood Mac's career. And if I wouldn't have gotten an abortion, I wouldn't have had a career. So I'm glad I had an abortion. She goes on. But
that's wild, man.
I found it really interesting how the premiere this week of Stranger Things completely debunked the media who was trying to make a whole big story out of Harbor and Millie Bobby Brown's thing. I'm like, you watch the premiere and they're like hugging and kissing, and I'm like, where was all the abuse from? So again, this is the media lies continuously. You saw that, didn't you? For a week, they were like, he was, she filed cases against him with Netflix and or bullying.
They did a whole interview or investigation and all of that, but now they're good. Listen, man, it's Hollywood, baby. There might have been some truth to all of that, and she still just got to put, hey, man, on that red carpet, I need you to smile, I need you to hug him, I need you to do this, do that, because we don't want no controversy. So I wouldn't be surprised if there was something that really went down, and they told them, hey, clean that up for the red carpet. Don't get out
100%. Yeah, it's bad marketing to have like the star who's supposed to be the father of your main character or whatever. They're standing there like giving each other the stink eye from across the room. Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. You got to clean that up.
They released the first 5 minutes of the first episode. I'm gonna play 2 of it. You want to watch the rest? You can go watch it just so you can get a flavor of it. This is the first two minutes I'm gonna play of Stranger Things. Maybe we'll play 3. Some people don't want them spoiled, so I'll pause it there so YouTube doesn't shut us down. Give it a few seconds. So, are any of y'all looking forward to it? I mean, are you interested in the story, or just want to finish up like you are completist? You want to complete it?
Kind of both, but I will say this: I think the saving grace here is that season 4 was so good that I actually am excited to see the new season. Whereas the season 4 was terrible, I probably wouldn't care at all.
Season 3 was shit.
Season 3.
It was, but I think season 4
like
came back
season
pretty
3.
strong.
Yeah,
I like season 3, but I don't like season 3. I don't think it's a great like continuation, but I kind of dug the goofy like action comedy thing that they tried to go for at first. I don't know. I was like, whatever, man. They're kids. I enjoyed it for what it was. Like going back and rewatching it, I didn't like it when I first watched it, but going back and rewatching it, I had a good time with it. I'm like, this is so goofy. That they have him dressed like Magnum. What's his name? David Harbour dressed like Magnum PI or whatever.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
the whole thing. I was like, this is so dumb, but like, I don't know. I kind of dig it,
Gotcha.
Like, but like I said, I think it'll age better, on subsequent watches. It's age better.
I will say I love season 4. I just didn't like the D&D thing, the way they handled it. But that's me. I'm a nerd.
But I like season 4. I felt it was a return to form.
Great.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. They left there. I think they went to. Did they go to Peacock or CBS? The Duffer Brothers, because I think they were Sheridan.
I thought they went to Paramount.
Yeah,
Paramount. It was one.
Did
of those,
they go to? Okay, because I know that Sheridan just left Paramount for Peacock. He got $1 billion deal. because Paramount wouldn't give him the deals he wanted to have automatic green lights for any shows that he promised, and Ellison was like, no, we got to like review them. And so he didn't like that. He wanted to have the final say on it, didn't want to have anyone over him.
Yeah.
Peacock gave him $1 billion to do whatever the hell you want.
Yep. That's what I would do.
Who, Taylor Sheridan?
Yeah. Except it doesn't make sense though. This I did want to ask you because it relates to this. Yeah, Paramount. Thank you, Oliver Lavery. Paramount has all the rights to Yellowstone, Landman, Tulsa King, Mayor of Kingstown. How do those continue with Sheridan over at the other? Does he have to keep writing that for them?
Probably not. Probably not. Nah, he probably will just walk. I mean, you know, this man is pumping out shows like I've never seen anybody do this. It's like just a garden hose of television.
I agree.
Isn't it like the Law and Order guy? Was that Bochco or whatever his name was in the?
Yeah, but Sheridan's body of work has been so impressive, man. Like
I agree.
I love Landman. You know, Yellowstone. I'm on the second season right now. I don't know why it took me so long to get into that show, but it's amazing. Tulsa King is next. Yeah, I just think, look, man, you give him whatever he wants. Yep. If you got a guy like Taylor Sheridan, you give him whatever he wants.
Oh, Mayor of Kingston, you have to watch that. And Landman.
I heard that one's good too. Yeah,
greatest show I've seen is Landman. It's one of his best. Then you have 1883, 1923, Tulsa King. It keeps getting better. But guess what? Next season, which was already been renewed, season 4 for Tulsa King, Terrence Winter's coming back. And I think that's because of the Paramount deal, because they don't have Sheridan. But Terrence Winter's coming back and taking over. I was just curious. They continue all his shows because Paramount says they own the rights to them, but he's no longer attached. So how do they keep that?
They'll probably bring somebody else in to write it. You know,
I know, but the same style, same formats.
I mean, he had like a writer's room, I'm assuming, of guys that know the material and they wrote with him. I'm sure they'll elevate somebody. You know, just you're the new dude. Yeah, good luck.
Okay.
Yeah, I hope you were paying attention because I really need you to write the stuff like he was, man. Like,
exactly.
Wow.
It's like that. Like I don't know, in Breaking Bad, like with what's his name, the Gale, when they brought in the guy to like shadow, like to figure out how he did it. That's exactly it. Which is how it's actually supposed to be. That's how it should be. You should be training other people on how to be good writers instead of it just being belonging to one person. But that's probably what they'll do, is hope that somebody can just replicate his style. So
yeah, I never saw Lioness. I've seen all this stuff, but I haven't.
I haven't seen it either. I've heard it's good though.
I haven't seen it anymore, or it's just all digital. Like they don't need them.
For Vecna?
It might be all digital now.
Yeah, because I was listening to like the knuckles pop and everything, and I was like, I wonder. I don't think they use Foley artists anymore. You remember?
Yeah, they're probably not. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
That's that.
Dang.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too.
And as soon as they finish wrapping that, we're getting this, and then we will wrap up. They're soaking this too much because then they have us. The next Stranger Things is 2027, the series, and it takes place, I think, New Mexico, where it's a bunch of college students.
I mean, it's to be expected they're going to try to milk this franchise, man. Like,
yeah, but you don't think they're going to? Isn't that how you kill it? Unless you can keep up the quality.
That's exactly how you kill it. It's exactly what you do. Just keep going back to the well once too much, and then eventually people are just like, you know what? I think I'm over it.
Well, you're into anime. You think that's going to pick up with the anime audience, the Stranger Things animated?
Nah. Anime is a completely different beast, man. They want it coming straight from Japan or Korea or China. They don't want something that's Americanized or Western influenced, you know.
Like anime next year is also cooking hard, bro. Like they're about to get Freerun season 2, Solo Leveling season 3. Like we're about to get a lot of good stuff dropping. Yeah, we got My Hero Academia
we're leading the year. They're starting off the year with JJK, and that's gonna be dope, man. It's like everything that's coming through in anime is fire. I can't wait till January, man. I cannot wait till January.
Woo. All right. Well, let me read these super chats, and I have one clip, and then we're out of here. Fletcher, if you can bring him up. Mr. Buckrack Media gifted 5 George Giant Slayer memberships. Thank you, Mr. Buckrack Media. Always here, giving us all your support. Love it. Thank you so much. Everybody go thank him. And Tender Warrior 68 also gifted 5 Georgia Giant Slab membership. What am I going to do without you? Y'all are so amazing. Thank you, brothers. Really appreciate it. Please thank Tender Warrior, Mr. Buttcrack Media. Jim Alaska is back with a big one. He gifted 20 George the Giant Slabs.
That's awesome.
Jim, you got a beautiful soul, my brother. Thank you. Everybody, please go thank these gentlemen. Jim, Tender Warrior, Mr. Buttcrack Media. Just incredible gentlemen. Thank you so much. Mark of Reality for $10 in reference to welfare. We used to send block grants to the states in accordance with the citizenship population. The state leaders would have to answer to the voters if they gave away dollars to invaders. Because we were talking before you came, Mike, about the whole homeless industrial complex. It was an interview that Rogan and Musk did. And it's just, they blew.
Well, without getting super deep into it and bringing that back up, I have a very close person in my life who works to help like homelessness. And when they walked in there, because they were homeless before, so they're like, I have lived experience with all of this. And when they stepped in, they couldn't believe it. Like, they're like, the waste here is insane.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, I walked into a boardroom full of a bunch of wealthy, like, you know, upper middle class like people who were just trying to figure out how to like spend as much money as they possibly could, and had nothing to do with helping the homeless people. It's like, you know, it's obvious what's going on there, you know? So.
Yeah, they just don't give it him. It's all about, I mean, it's just the way he went on to how California works with law enforcement. Law enforcement won't go after the drug dealers, won't arrest them because they want to keep the fentanyl pumping in so they can keep the homeless on the streets. Not dead, not alive, just kind of like the zombies. It's just,
let's just keep it moving so you keep making money. Yep, that's exactly
it. And I think that human beings actually do that just for power.
Yeah.
It's just horrible. Thank you for that, Mark of Reality. Always spot on the money, my friend. Next, we got my good friend Oliver Lavery Farage for 10 pounds. I tend to shoot what I write, and sometimes I think some about it. How are you going to realize the sequence that makes it work? Because it might not come across on the page. Finding that angle is key. Have you seen his Star Trek work? Oliver is brilliant director. I showed it several times. I got to show it again. You have to check out his work. Oliver is a genius. Beautiful eye. Oliver, if you can, send me that link in my DM again so I can share it with everybody. She's amazing. Amazing. You got to check him out, Mike. I think
I'll definitely check it out. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Achilles Jones for €2. Escape from New York was great for me. I loved Escape from New York. How can you
Classic. Yep.
I don't want to see Escape from New York with the girl, but the remake. Mark of Reality for $5. They have to destroy the fans of the franchise because we get in the way of their destruction of the actual franchise. That's a good point. Got to destroy the fans of the franchise in order to get in the way of them destroying it. Yep. Eric K for $5. 4K broadcasts really let you see people how they really look. Most of the time, it's not good. Thank you, brother. Oh, I didn't tell you. Nobody cares, but I have to say it. There's one woman who's gone back to acting this week who said she'd never act again after she found a fool to marry. Meghan Markle is doing a movie with Brie Larson.
Yeah, I saw that. That's
what?
That's crazy, bro.
For Amazon, because everything else has failed. Fired from Spotify, you know. Wow. I'm sorry, fired from Netflix. Even though she says it's a what is it? It's a don't call us, we'll call you. It's the look at me first look option. Went from $100 million. So now she's playing herself.
That's crazy, bro.
I just hey,
jeez, oh Pete's for her, man. That's
and with Brie Larson, you think like, man, Brie, come on, you have a little bit. You're gonna act with what's her face? Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow, that's down for Brie Larson. Oh, and Lily Collins. Brie Larson, Lily Collins.
That's crazy.
Lavery Farage for £5. Shooting film gives new meaning to the term creatively bankrupt.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you for that. And where was it? Oh, here's Billy Bob. Oh, I did want to show you this. This nutcase, right? This nutcase came out after Mom Donnie won. And he has a message for everybody. But before I play that, because I said I had 2 clips, I want to share this because I think it's important for everybody to know. This World War II veteran, part of the greatest generation in the UK. I don't know if everyone's seen this video. It's important to watch it. It's just a minute and a half. Because it's Remembrance Day in the UK.
Oh, okay.
For you, what is your message?
War II, all the friends he had, family, people who fought and died. And he turns around and he looks at the country today and he's like,
man,
he's 100 years old.
That's rough, man. Imagine you gave up, you know, not you personally, he didn't give up his life, but he watched other people die, probably right in front of him, and he, you know, sacrificed, you know, for the country to only watch it, you know, like he says, it's like, this is what I fought for, this is what I sacrificed for, to watch this country just implode like this and to self-destruct. That has to hurt, man. And you're just sitting there witnessing it, and then they come out and they give you some little plaque or some little picture or whatever. Like, get that, I don't care about that, man. Get the country back. All right, get the country together. I don't care about your little, oh, we want to give you this nice little present and thank you for coming on the show. Like, get the hell out of here with that. I hope he threw that shit in the trash. Because at the end of the day, man, what you want is, if you're fighting for something, you want to see the fruits of your labor actually mean something. You know, not to see your country eventually just collapse and implode on itself. You know, that's how you thank him. You know, keep going, keep doing what it is that we fought for. Bro.
Well, yeah, think of all the boats that are coming over. I mean, someone just said it. It's like when I've been working on this video that's coming out this week. I think it's my most explosive video ever. I've never made that statement. What I discovered as I was looking through the asylum laws, because Elon kept talking about it, it's pretty much with this gentleman, this warrior fought for his country. He's talking about how everything is collapsing. He didn't mention that. I'm mentioning it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, asylum used to mean, in the United States at least, I am looking at the UK tomorrow, it used to mean that if you were going to die in a country, whether it was war torn or that the government was going to push, it is now, it was official policy before Trump took over 9 months ago and he became president after he was elected in. It was official policy that anyone could declare and ask for asylum, come into the U.S. and be approved if they thought their economic circumstances could be improved just coming here, which applies to anyone. Like, I'm not making enough money in my home, I'm disadvantaged, I claim asylum.
Yeah, that's not asylum.
That was it, which means it applied to everyone.
Everybody, yeah.
So that gentleman, you can see what he's watching. And then we get here, Mamdani wins. This is the last clip I was going to show you. And we get fruitcakes like this coming out of the woodwork.
Hey, are you dirty MAGA fucks starting to realize that you've been the screaming minority, not the silent majority? Are you starting to realize that the socialist victory in New York City is just the beginning and we're coming for the fucking Oval Office? This goes out to the Democrat Party too. You're either gonna bend the knee and accept socialism or you're gonna get fucking trampled on in every single election. This is the people's fucking movement. We make the goddamn rules. You fucking work for us. And to all of you inbred hicks that support Donald Trump and his fascist regime, I hope you know you're gonna have to pretend that you never supported it in the first place. Because when we get the Oval, we are reversing every single thing that Donald Trump did. We are rounding up every single ICE agent and putting them on a tribunal. 85% or more of you dirty fucking mask Gestapo deputized white supremacist Proud Boy Nazi fucks is gonna spend the rest of your days in a goddamn prison labor camp. We're gonna milk you for fucking work, bitch. And you're gonna bite the bullet, you're gonna smell the fucking roses, and all of you red hat wearing, plankton bucket hat wearing motherfuckers are gonna have to cope, mauled, and seethe. Because woke Sharia is here, bitch. We don't give a fuck about your opinions. You have proven to the entire public that your opinions, your takes, your wants are bad for society, and they will be ignored. Not only will they be ignored, we will be taking everything you want and getting the fucking inverse. You.
All right, enough of this moron. The reality is,
man's having a rough time, man. That's
he is.
That dude is not in a good space.
The level of cope is insane.
Absolutely, it is. I will say this: I do believe that the only way we're ever going to clear our way out of this, unfortunately, is either America's going to have to see communism live collapse in New York City, because we watched it happen in California for years and nobody changed. No one should have voted for this. I don't care all the excuses I hear all week long. Oh, the left people were just upset. I don't care. You don't vote for
and New York have to hit rock bottom. They have they have to reach their bottom. I keep saying it. They got to reach their bottom.
Yep.
But I say, even if they hit their rock bottom, right? The problem is the corruption, the uniparty. I still believe it's going to require a dictator by the people to clean out the corrupt judges, the corrupt Congress, Senate. It happened through history. I think anything else.
I think corruption happens on the federal level, sure. You know, all over the place. But here's the thing: New York and California are in trouble, man. Like
big time.
They're it's a house of cards, dude. One wrong move, and those states fall, right? Yeah. And again, they voted for this. It's hard.
How do you vote for bread lines?
Like, I don't know how to justify. Like, they voted for this.
Yeah.
So they have to reach their own bottom. They have to reach their bottom and figure out, okay, do I wake up now or do I keep pretending?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, that's the beauty of being in the United States. Let some of these states fall. Be an example for everybody else. It won't destroy the whole country, but hopefully it wakes some people up and they go, okay, we're starting to see it now. We're starting to see what's going on, you know?
But did you think that would happen to New York? So it's in California, New York. Is it just going to go through the East Coast?
Well, the thing is, more people in California are waking up than people realize, man. And I think the thing that really woke people up is the fires.
The fires,
right? They're seeing what's going on with the aftermath of the fires, right? They're seeing how their houses aren't getting rebuilt. They're putting in all these policies to make it hard for people to rebuild their own fucking house on their own property, right? Meanwhile, what they're trying to do is undercut these people so that they can sell their land to foreign investors, the fucking Chinese investors, man.
Yeah.
So I think people in California are slowly waking up a little bit more than the people in New York, but who knows?
I think like you said, New York is going to have to have its face in the puddle with snot bubbles coming out. All right. Thank you, everybody, for all your amazing support. Let's go around the horn. DA, what you got coming up?
Thank you guys for the invite. Derek Anderson, the DA. I'll be doing the DA's office tonight, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and then, of course, daily videos every day. Nightcaps on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then I have a new stream, Anime Nights, dropping on Fridays. We talk anime and have a great time with that. Thank you as well, George. Always a pleasure.
Always love having you here. Verbo, what you got coming up?
For right now, I just got a Film Thread Versus tomorrow with the guys as usual. I'll be here with George on Wednesday.
Yep.
And my own show will be back very soon. I'm this week. All my equipment will finally be here where I am now instead of being shipped, from California. So I should have everything up and ready to go, and I should be back in regular rotation again pretty soon. But also, I got to start shilling my book because it's going to be coming out, I think, at the end of the month. So guys, be on the lookout for Behind the Bar, the bartender's guide to dating. I'm just trying to help you lads out there, man. I'm trying to help you get some ass. From all my years of being a bartender, the crazy shit I've seen, what works, what doesn't work. It's going to be a fun book, so just be on the lookout for that. And yeah,
that's awesome.
Wow, hey, what's the subtitle?
The subtitle? Well, it's the
how to get asked according to Diddy.
It's Behind the Bar, and it's just the bartender's guide to.
I like that.
Picking up women, for the most.
So you're gonna help dudes get women.
I'm gonna help guys get laid, man. I'm gonna do my part.
Right? Okay, that's a good one.
I'm gonna do my part.
That's get some ass 101. I like that. Make it. Hey, Mike, thank you for coming again.
Yeah, man. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Sorry, I overslept a little bit, but listen, man. I got always just check out my channel. Just doing more streams. We just finished October. And we're continuing to play spooky games because apparently my chat likes watching me be scared. And then keep your eye on Epicverse. We do streams every week on Thursdays, and that's what I got going on right now.
That's beautiful. I can't wait till you come back. Tell everybody we love having Mike here, right? We love having him. I love everybody here. RK for $2. The king of the mods has a question for Verbal. Did you bartend at Diddy's?
Nope. Never had a chance. Never had a chance. So I have no connection to Diddy, Sean Combs whatsoever.
Shout out.
Do you know what's funny? Ranker.com, again, just a little tad, rated the top most disliked celebrity of the year was Meghan Markle. Diddy was number 2. She actually beat Diddy.
Wow, she came in over Diddy. That's
over Diddy. Yeah. I'm like, damn, that's great goes for $2. Afrotex. Okay.
Shout out. Thank you. That's my
interesting.
Bad. Sorry.
No, that's interesting. All right, everybody. As soon as we're done here, go and raid Mr. Brown's Alliance. Great guy, good friend, beautiful souls. You're going to see all the incredible people there. You also want to give a big shout out to Istaphobos, Lord Thoth, Eric K, Fletcher Williams in the background producing, and all of the amazing people who support us, keeping the lights on and moving forward. So you heard it from here, from Verbal and I. We will be back this Wednesday. Slayer Unchained, and then we'll getting back in track. All righty, everybody. I wish you a beautiful week. Remember, decisions are made by those who show up to the fight. We don't bend, we don't break, we don't bow, we just charge always forward. I love you. Have a beautiful week.